And here we are, VBNSports.com. Tim Amy with Brent Calvert, Team Tribe for our 9-man bantam. How's the team looking so far?
Hi, Tim. Looking great. 12-man bantam, actually. And it's kind of great for the kids to come out and play with really accomplished and good players from different organizations that they've played against. It's fun to see them get together and get to meet each other and form as a team.
Now, what can we expect from your boys this afternoon? Passing, running, bit of the two?
A bit of everything, right? I mean, we've got some big boys up front, so we're definitely going to be running the ball, and we've got some plays in place, and we've got a few tricks up our sleeve, so we're going to bring everything we can to the game.
When you come to an all-star game, you get a bit of an embarrassment of riches because all the kids are just so good. Does anybody stand out for you this afternoon that we should keep an eye on?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with a couple of kids, Nat and Nima, Eric Vanderwerf, and Jeremy Butler from Jacob Butler from Chilliwack. Really, really great kids, really, really easy to coach. And, of course, them having a bit of chemistry playing together really works well. Grant McDonald, BC high school standout guy, also playing middle linebacker on defense. I think he'll be a good player to watch. And we've got a couple of gunslingers at quarterback. We got Gabe Oliveras and Michael Calvert, who both played well and are going to bring a bit to the passing game today.
Oliveras from last weekend had a great game. He's back at it again today. Thank you so much, Coach. Have a wonderful game. VBNSports.com, live at Exhibition Stadium. And welcome to Exhibition Stadium here in Chilliwack, British Columbia. Just a beautiful day at Exhibition Field. And I'm next to Coach Rick Farron in the 12-man bantam team. How's it looking today, Rick?
Looks really good. We've got a good bunch of kids. We're all pretty excited to be out here today.
Any players standing out for you this afternoon?
Yeah, Tristan Yansu, Jacob Smart, Johnny Palcacone. The three of the biggest ones, I guess.
Nice. How now? Are you blessed with a big team? You got some smaller players. How are you guys looking today?
We're small but fast, hopefully. We'll find out when the game starts.
Okay. Small but fast. Am I thinking we're going to see a lot of running plays? What kind of passing can we expect?
We're going to be throwing and passing. We got some big wide receivers. We'll be throwing and passing.
where you're strongest?
Running back.
Running back. And who's your running back today?
Dre Blair.
Excellent.
Yep, Jerry Blair.
Very good. Thank you very much, Exhibition Stadium. Coach Rick, have a great game. Congratulations. All-Star game just a few minutes away.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Exhibition Field out here in Chilliwack for the 2015 12-man Bantam Star Bowl game. Introducing first team tribe, starting off number 4, Ryan Clayton. Number 5, Joel Klassen. Number 8, Josh Almeida. Number 9, Grant McDonald. Number 10, Gabe Oliveris. Number 11, Hayden Orishchuk. Number 12, Michael Calvert. 14, Cash White. Number 15, Cooper Jones. 16, Riley Zarate. 17, Douglas Jameson. Number 20, Billy Malachina. 24, Adam Phillips. 25, Brendan Pisa. 27, Stefanos Grulosh. 28, William Mills. 34, Tynan Akasanza. 36, Warren Rogers. 37, Sage Johnson. 39, Connor Verk. 50, Dylan Sampson. 51, Spencer McLaughlin. 52, Jarvis Dashkowicz. 53, Bailey Lamont. 54, Zach Dubois. 55, Ethan Prasad. 56, Justin Smith. 60, Bradley Wilson. 61, Nat Onema. 62, Jacob Butler. 63, Callum McPherson. 64, Petro Chutalis. 65, Logan Swanson. 66, Eric Vanderwerf. 67, David Edwards. 75, Ryan Haywood. 77, Braden Belton. 81, Ryan Jensen. 84, Maxwell Stalling. 86, Eduardo Gonzalez. And number 88, Justin Kular, 2015 12-man team tribe. Introducing Team Farron wearing the green jerseys. Number 2, Sheldon Gangloff. Number 3, Tristan Yansu. Number 5, Jesse Wheeler. Number 6, Tyson Philpott. Number 7, Bailey McMillan. Number 8, Jalen Philpott. Number 10, Azuka Coley. Number 11, Elijah Kahn. Number 12, Brendan Siddall. Number 20, Joe Nickel. 21, Colton DeJong. 22, Joel Runkle. 23, Jacob Smart. 24, Jacob Macri. 25, Jed Pacleon. 26, Darian Attridge. 27, Samuel Uko. 28, Dre Blair. 29, Rain Cruz. 32, John Marquez. 33, Alex Oyasiku. 38, Nathan Warren. 41, Trevor Partington. 42, Darius Kelly. 43, Damon Norris. 50, Ross Bakey. 52, Ryan Keese. 54, Owen Jenkins. 55, Travis Evans. 56, Janik Rye. 57, Ryan Guilford. 62, Josh Bowen. 63, Nat Davis. 66, Grayson Monroe. Number 5, Joel Klassen. 68, Arjun Johal. 74, Sahil Sahura. 78, Nunjay Boo. Number 8, Andy Abel. Number 82, Alec McKenzie. 2015 12-man Star Bowl team, Farron in the green. At this time, I'm going to ask you to rise, remove your hats, caps, and helmets, and introducing Miss Heather Vanderwerf for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command, with glowing hearts we see thee rise. thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
A little twist of irony, she actually sold me my new pair of glasses this week. Didn't realize she had a connection to football. Of course, she didn't notice the same thing about me. Welcome to the 12-man Bantam Star Bowl, Chilliwack, British Columbia. And I am joined by my color commentator, Mr. Dave Hicks, better known as the junior Bantam coach of the Mission Niners and the Young Stars Bowl coming up in Kamloops in May. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here. Great day for football.
It is a great day for football. A little on the cool side. I had to go home and change at halftime because I was freezing. But it looks like it's going to have a great game. We got a 12-man roster here playing the full field. What are you hoping for today?
Well, it'd be good to see a nice, tight game. I tell you, I don't think it's going to take long for these guys to reacquaint with each other. Seems to be a lot of, I don't want to say bad blood, but hey, there's a lot of competitive stuff going on with these guys. They can't wait to get at it.
You know, and it's interesting because they normally play against one another. Suddenly they're teammates. Creates a bit of a different dynamic. And as we noticed in the past few Star Bowls, last weekend, of course, the first game today, it takes at least a quarter for the teams to get used to one another.
Absolutely.
They've only had about 4 practices.
For sure. You don't get much time. Doing the JB Star Bowl, you get 3 2-hour practices and 4 2-hour practices. The last practice is about an hour. You get ready, your jerseys and all that. And it's not a lot of time to put in all your offense, your defense, your special teams.
So what you're probably going to see is a little bit of running starting off because it's kind of the simpler of the two plays. You don't need quarterback doesn't necessarily have to click with the receivers as they do in a passing game. The defenses will probably be stepping up and dominating in that early going. Although in the last game, we saw 2 quick touchdowns, which pretty much set the standard for the rest of the game. But it should be a great effort. Both coaches very excited. Brent Calvert and Rick Farron had a nice interview with the two of them prior to the game. All is ready to go. Captain's talking to the officials. We'll figure out who catches, who kicks. And thanks again to Joe Carter, our PA man, wandering the sidelines. There we go. Getting the crowd into it. You're going to hear them going. We have a pretty good showing today, a few hundred folks here, friends and family of the players. And there we got Joe Carter on the sidelines with his PA mic out of Langley. Last time I saw him was the McLeod Athletic Park for the 12-man championship. Freezing cold, he's out there in a snowsuit. Any of your boys, no, this is junior Bantam, so none of your boys, are they graduating from last season up to Bantam?
Yeah, at our junior Bantam club, we actually had quite the junior club. Most of our kids were in grade 7.
Okay. So
we're keeping down a lot of guys at JB.
Nice.
We only put up five players next year. So, we were competitive last year, so it should be a real good year for us this year.
That's good.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great season this year, all the way around.
Excellent, excellent. Beautiful day, a little cloud in the sky, a little bit of wind. It's not too cold, it's not too windy, so obviously the weather is not going to have any real factor in the game.
I agree. I think this is great football weather. I mean, these kids don't want it too hot.
No.
And, I don't think there's too many kids that want to play in a monsoon, but this is just perfect.
Yeah.
Keeps them cool, a little bit of wind. Doesn't affect the game.
Gets the sweat off.
Absolutely.
There you go. Once they start out there running, we're all sort of shivering a little bit and shuffling, just trying to keep the blood going. But once they get out there, start running around, the adrenaline and their circulation takes over because they are athletes after all. So here we go. Spotting the ball in the old 45-yard line for a kickoff. Looks like our team green, the team Farron, will be kicking off to Team Tribe blue in the blue jersey.
They'll look to get some jitters out this opening kickoff.
Yeah, it's it's very much finding your legs. It's almost easier for the defense in that first opening quarter because it's in football. I mean, you see they got the ball, you shut it down, so forth and so on. Whereas with the offense, you got to read it. And
absolutely, the defense is just running, going to the ball.
Yeah,
they're hot for the ball.
Yeah. Here we go.
Joel Klassen, number 27, Stefan Gulasch.
And number 27, number 25 for Team Blue. They look down my roster. Joel Klassen and Stefano Gulia, South Delta, and North Surrey for Mr. Klassen. On the receiving end, as Team Green gets ready for the kickoff. And there's the whistle. Boom, a nice little worm burner. Short kick, recovered by number 52. Nice little run back, bringing it right back to the 35-yard line. So, Dave, if you're coaching Team Blue here on offense, are you going to keep the ball on the ground for the first few plays? What are you going to do?
I certainly am. I probably want to test the waters, maybe run some motion, see what their defense is going to give me, what they're going to do, see if they're in man coverage or in a zone. So I probably do a little motion, maybe run up the middle, a little off tackle.
Sure, you want to feel out the defense.
Absolutely.
And don't expect any miracles right up. And number 10 throwing Gabe Oliveras for Team Blue, who we nicknamed Air Oliveras last weekend for the Bantam 12-man in the Valley Pride Bowl.
That's a good run there by number 27, keeping his feet moving.
A nice little 7-yard gain, sets up a 2nd and 3. Number 27 for Team Blue. Stefanos Gulas out of South Delta. But no, Gabe Oliveras in the game last week was just throwing a ton, him and Mitch Burney, both out of Chilliwack. And there goes back to number 27. There's a first down. A very nice gain. Good coverage by his offensive line.
Yeah, some good blocking off the edge there. Looks like their coach is going to decide, hey, he's going to ground and pound until the green team could stop him.
I'd say that'd be a pretty good strategy.
I'd be looking for another run here.
You're definitely going to be keeping that ball on the ground. And the nice thing about having Gabe Oliveras as your quarterback is he can run it, he can throw it, and of course hand it off. So he just gives you so many options in your backfield.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And back to number 27, right up the gut. A 5 or 7 yard gain sets up a 2nd and 3, pardon me.
Yeah, he's into this game early.
Gabe, some of these players had the benefit of playing here last weekend. So they're sort of used to the field. They got a game under their belt. Last week, of course, was the first game in 6 months. So if you were playing in the Valley Pride Bowl last week, you have a bit of an advantage over some of your teammates and opponents coming from, Cowichan and Vancouver. And
yeah, you certainly
Gabe.
do. Your timing is
He's got
massive.
a man. Great coverage by Green, number 21. If I check my notes here, Colton DeYoung out of Langley to the defensive back. Got to his man perfectly, and you see in that replay, just seems to get an arm up.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he got a tip in there or he just got his hat in front of his receiver's view.
Just enough to distract him.
Great play.
Sets up a 3rd and 3. And if I remember Gabe Oliveras from last weekend, he's talking to his running back. I'm guessing he might even take it on his own from the shotgun. Drops back. No, he's going to pass. We got a flag on the play. Could be an offside. Incomplete pass here, number 88. Where's my roster here? Justin Kular out of North Surrey in his sights. Penalty declined as the ball is turned over on downs. So Team Green, Farron, will take over on the 45-yard line in their own zone. And the first chance we get to see them with the ball, they've got quarterbacks Tristan Yansu out of North Delta and Bailey McMillan all the way from Victoria. The island known for producing some pretty good individual football players. And there's number 7 out of the island on the handoff. Two good sides. You look at these players, not a lot of discrepancy in size in either one.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good battle in physicality. Front lines are both pretty big, both getting a good push. Might come down to the skill players who can do on the outside. The edge blocking, the slots, and the tight ends might make a big difference in the outside game today.
We'll see how it plays out. So our quarterback for Team Green, Bailey McMillan out of Victoria, drops back. We got a flag on the play. Airs it out. Bit of a wobbler. Could be intercepted. However, the officials were waving their arms all over the place. We had a flag on the play before the ball was thrown. So depending on who it goes against, it's against blue, offside. And there you're just gifted Team Green a 5-yard penalty. So Green gets a gift early in the game because that was a bona fide interception.
I tell you, that drives coaches crazy. You come up with a big play like that, you get someone to go offside.
So things are working okay for Team Green early in this game. Taking the ball from the shotgun. Or is that the pistol? That's the shotgun.
That would be the pistol.
That'd be the pistol, just not as far
shorter
back.
version of the shotgun, you bet.
Hands off the number 25. He's got some wheels, but no dice. Brought down to the 50-yard line.
They sniffed that out. Great containment, Team Blue there. Great
Just
containment.
a swarm of defenders. He looked like he had some room. So I had a technical difficulty here. Straightened it out. Brings it down to 3rd and 5 on the 50-yard line. Early in the game, you're at midfield. If you turn the ball over on downs, it's not the end of the world. Do you kick? Looks like they're going to kick.
A lot of times in these games, you might go for it.
Yeah. It's a bit more exciting when they go for it, but it makes more sense to kick right
Absolutely, it does.
There you go. That ball bounced out of bounds around the 30, 31-yard line. So Team Blue, what am I saying? Team Blue, Tribe Team Blue takes over on their own 30 or 31, and the offense comes back on the field as both teams switch out. So we're seeing a little bit of a slower start to this game as we did to the last game.
Yes.
And again, that first quarter jitters. Get used to one another, find some cadence in the offense, feel each other out, both your teammates and your opponents.
Absolutely.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
No, it wasn't. That's a good call punting that one. That really flipped the field position.
Yeah. Don't want to give any advantages. There's the snap, number 12, our quarterback. Nice little run up the gut. At least a 70-yard gain. Just a great run. And our quarterback today is number 12, Mitch Calvert out of South Delta. So Mitch Calvert out of South Delta is our quarterback for the next, at least the next few plays here. And they've got an embarrassment of riches here in terms of quarterback. Both teams have more than two. Just makes it all that more exciting. Hand off to number 52, smothered in the backfield for a loss of about 4 yards. The Green defense just stepped up and read that play beautifully, shutting them down. So 3rd and 9.
So that Team Green's got a lot of speed on the edges. They're really containing and coming hard.
And they move quickly as a unit. I mean, they almost move like a pack.
They do.
There doesn't seem to be any individual players. It's still early, but they move quickly as a unit. They all seem to read the defense really well. There's a kick. Going back to number 29. Great kick. Whoa, takes a hop. What can he do? Can he make up some yardage? He's got some room. He's got some blocks. Whammo.
Number 29, Rain Cruz out of North Delta. And I apologize, Rain, if I'm not pronouncing your first name correctly.
So that sets up a 1st and 10 at about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, kicked it back to where it came from.
They did that. You took an excellent blue bounce on that kick. And we're setting up. We go back to our boy McMillan out of the island as quarterback. Takes a snap. Nice little throw up the middle. Good reception for what should be a first down.
Caught by number 12, Mitch Calvert out of South Delta, who also plays quarterback.
So it looks like the Green bench using a lot of their players in different positions early in this game.
Great job finding a seam in the defense there.
Nice little short pass right up the middle. You don't see that very often on first down.
No, you like to run, and I think they caught him off surprise a little bit there.
They drop back, another passing play. Oh! Wasn't sure if he had number 82 or number 25 in his sights. And stay tuned, we'll have some interviews coming up at halftime. None other than Shell Sangera, president of VCFL, plus the coaches for the next game for the 12-man midget team. Done by yours truly, Mr. Tim Amy. Do it all around here, folks. I slice, I dice. Okay. 2nd and 10. Nice snap. Lateral pass. Received, number 6. Can he get some room? Can he get some mileage? Not a bad little gain of about 5 yards there. Good reception, number 16, Green, Tyson Philpott from quarterback Bailey McMillan.
It's a nice little play there on the screen pass. Keeps the defense honest. Keeps them coming upfield.
They're throwing a lot more than I thought they were. Oh, we have an injured player here.
Yeah, no, they are. Sometimes when you're coach, you get a little rhythm in the passing game. Sometimes it's works against you because you go against what works, which is, the ground game. But they're doing well with it. You got some good looks.
And also, it makes it a lot more exciting to have
sure
those
does.
passing plays.
Sure does.
I mean, from a football execution standpoint, you can always guarantee at least a couple of yards per carry if you keep it on the ground.
Absolutely.
A little bit more risky with the reception, but it's a way more interesting game. Kid's got a decent arm. Looks like he weighs about $130 soaking wet, and they're kicking. Boom.
Oh, good punt.
Not bad. Where are we here? We got some flags on the play. Taken down at about the 29-yard line, but with the flags that could change. They're kicking it a lot. They're not taking any risks at 3rd and long.
Yeah, no, I think they see that this is going to be a pretty defensive game here, and field position might be everything.
Yeah,
might be a turnover off a punt, and all of a sudden you have the ball in the 20. You don't want to give up the short field, not in a game like this, because this game looked like it could go down to the final whistle. Right down the last quarter.
They appear to be evenly matched so far early in this game. It's early, but I don't get any sense of a blowout just yet.
No, certainly not.
So Blue takes over on their own 38, forgive me, folks, 32-yard line. Gabe Oliveras back in his quarterback. He's got big number 27 in his backfield. Stefanos Gulas out of South Delta. 2 receivers. And it looks like Oliveras is going to take it himself. Nope. Intercepted, number 23 in the defense. Nicely done. Takes it back to the 23-yard line. Number 23 for Team Green, Jacob Smart.
That was a good defensive play by Team Green. They had that defense spread right out. There was no way Blue was getting outside.
And they had Oliveras under pressure almost immediately. Read that play absolutely superbly, and away you go.
Here's the short field we're talking about.
Yeah. Hand off to number 10. Team Green. Azuka Okole, the running back out of Langley.
Good push there by the offensive line. Just give enough of seam just to squeak through. That's a big play. If you can get 3-4 yards a run,
you got a first down.
Absolutely. Yeah. Team Green's doing a good job of mixing it up.
And at pivot, number 3, Tristan Yansu out of North Delta. Nice little handoff. He's
Nice
got
block.
some room. Got a good block there. Looks like he could be pretty close to a first down. There you go. He got it. Dre Blair, number 28 out of North Delta. Just a superb carry. Perfect handoff. Some great blocking. Just enough. Doesn't have to be pretty. You just got to get just enough for that first down.
It's a great block on the edge. It just allowed him to get outside. Way to stick with it. It doesn't always have to be a punishing block. Sometimes
No.
you can just turn their shoulders in a little bit. Allows the running back to get outside. Nicely done.
Slow him up just that half step that allows him just to get right past. Drops back looking to pass. Finds a man.
Oh.
Look at that. Look at that.
Great job.
Number 2, Green. Sheldon Gandalf, the receiver out of Langley. Suddenly Team Green knocking on the door, 1st and 10, and it looks like 1st and goal, pardon me, on the 2nd-yard line. Nice. Got a little over a minute, 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. So things clicking for Green early on the offense, which kind of makes all the difference in the game sometimes. There's the handoff to the outside. Oh. And snuffed out in the backfield for a loss of about 8 yards.
Great job by Team Blue.
That was a superb defensive play right there. Exactly what they needed to do on that play. Push him back a bit further.
That's about being disciplined. Sometimes as an outside linebacker, you can see something. You can pinch. You come inside too hard. If the other team's coming out offensively, they're going to get around you. But he did a great job containing, holding the line, and that guy pretty much ran right into him.
Nice.
Great play.
Good read. Good football mind for a young kid. There's the throw. Oh, nice tip-off, number 34 for Team Blue. Got the Tynan Akazanza out of Chilliwack. Tynan Akazanza out of Chilliwack, pardon me. Gets his arm up. Tips it just enough. Because that Green receiver was wide and clear, and that was a guaranteed 6 points if he doesn't get his arm up there.
It's a good job. Sometimes these players, it's unbelievable how they understand at this level already.
Yeah.
You know, instead of the big sack or the big interception, they're getting themselves in the passing lanes.
Yeah.
Just enough. And that was a great play. He was right. He was between the man and the ball.
Well, you know what? These kids are 15, 16 years old. Some of them have been playing 10 years already, starting with flag. So
Yeah, no, these guys are well seasoned. And that's
no good. So they opted for the 3 points. And he just a little bit too inside on the foot there, sending the ball just outside the upright. So
you going to get a point for that?
let's see what happens. I think I see an official with one finger up.
Goes on the board. Team Farron first on the board with 1.
There we go. Team Farron gets a point for that. Team Farron Green goes up 1-0. Suddenly we have a hockey game with just about 40 or so odd seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Low scoring game so far, but we've had a lot of nice plays.
A lot of nice plays.
And some good passing, some good running.
We had a game last week which we shall remain nameless, and nobody scored to the dying minutes of the fourth quarter. It was an absolute soccer game, I tell you.
I wasn't coaching on the team that scored 0. Honest, I wasn't.
It was a bit of a dry game. They had some great plays back and forth, but no one could get it in the end zone until the dying minutes of the fourth. it was just a bit of a yawner.
Definitely a defensive battle.
It was. So this is nice. We got some pass, we got some run, we got some big plays. And off the big number 27 for Blue. He's got some room. He's a big kid. Look at that. Huge gain. Get past the 50-yard line into enemy territory.
I tell you, that number 67, David Edwards, he's really getting some good push on the offensive line.
And Stefanos Goulas from South Delta takes that carry from Gabe Oliveris and runs it beautifully in.
He's definitely their workhorse. I think you might see Team Blue go back to him a little bit more.
Look at the legs on him. Just a monster of a kid. Not tall, but strong.
Powerful.
Broad, yeah, powerful.
Emmett Smith-like.
That low center of gravity. Emmett Smith, gosh, I haven't heard that name in a while. And off to number 5.
Yeah, I kind of dated myself there.
Pushing it up. And that's the end of the first quarter. Teams will switch ends. We'll have a second, and I'm guessing about 6 or 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see how they set them.
That's a good quarter of football.
For an opening quarter for a couple of guys, or a bunch of kids who haven't played together before, this actually wasn't too bad.
Yeah, really felt each other out. Now they're going at it.
Yeah.
I think you might find Team Blue go back a little bit more of a basic game.
Okay.
You seem to see them open up a little bit, and they went back to their power game, and they got some yardage. I think they might stick with it for a while. Finish the drive this way, see what happens.
All you need is one touchdown. You're in the lead. Even a field goal at this point, you're up by 2 points. So we got second and about 5. Sitting on the 44-yard line in the offensive zone. Oliveris, who likes to throw, sticking to his ground game. Goes back to Goulas, number 27. Could be enough for a first down. Nice little carry. Let's see how they mark it.
Sticking with it. Looks like he's a little bit shy. Just a tad.
He might be a little winded after that massive run he just did. Third and very short. Maybe half a yard.
You might see a green team blitz here. Maybe a change of snap count with the blue team here to keep them off balance.
If I had money to bet, I would put good money on a quarterback sneak with that short a mile yardage.
Silent count coming up.
Yeah, and Gabe Oliveris with good legs. No, goes back to his workhorse. Goulas, nice. Gets the first down and about 10 more.
Now that goes back to the rule of KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
It's stupid. There you go.
Here we go. You know.
And that's a good offensive line. I mean, you can't have a running game without a really good offensive line. I don't care how fast your backfield is.
Absolutely not.
So that blue offensive line needs to pat themselves on the back for that play because they opened up the laneway.
They're working, and you see they're going to number 67, David Edwards' side. I'm watching that kid, and he's getting a push every time. Look, there he comes again. Look at that.
Nice.
Just every time he's pushing the back.
Number 5. Oh. Looks like we could have another first down. Blue goes to number 5, Joel Klassen out of Surrey. Just a great carry. Forgive me, I have to organize my notes here. I want to make sure he's North Surrey. So Joel Klassen of North Surrey, the speedster, number 5. Just a great carry there. Get yet another first down for Brent Calvert's Team Blue. Back to number 27. Looks like they're pounding the middle with number 5 and number 27. And if that doesn't work, they got number 10, Oliveris, who can run in his own right. So it looks like that backfield for Team Blue certainly has it cut out for them.
Team Green was starting to look a little bit tired on this drive here.
You know, their defense has been up there a bit.
They have. I tell you, when you're coming forward, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
That adrenaline starts kicking in and you start going. Watch a play action here. Little fake up the middle and dipsy do to the outside.
He's dropping back. Looks as though he's going to pass. Oh, breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Oliveris can run, but not quite fast enough. Number 32, Team Green, John Marquez out of North Delta, the linebacker. gets in the backfield and spoils Oliveira's party.
That's all about not giving up on a play. That's a great job. The whole defense. Just when you thought you were getting tired, right? They keep coming. These guys are great shape.
Sorry, go ahead.
Once these guys smell blood, they don't stop. They just go. You know, I mean, you're playing defense. There's nothing more than you want is to make a big tackle.
Yeah.
They know this game's televised. They know there's lots of fans here, and you know what? It's just what they do. And that was a great play. He didn't give up on it. Great job.
Superb job.
Am I supposed to mention that word on
what?
The blood word? Is that
yeah,
bad?
that's fine.
Is that bad karma?
No.
All right.
No.
No.
It's an all-star game. No one's really picking sides, right? Everybody's from all over. And they're going to go for the field goal, and is it? Just got it. But there's a flag on the play. Let's see what happens. Who's it against? Saw an arm pointing towards Team Green. And our umpires. Thank you for tuning in on VBNSports.com. Tim Amy with Dave Hicks. For your your bantam, 12-man Star Bowl All-Star game. We got kids as far away as Cowichan Valley and as close as Chilliwack here in Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium. Good crowd out. Not bad weather. It's not perfect. It's not terrible, but it's good for football. Good enough for us.
That's a big call right there. Procedure on blue.
Just outside the 26.
So it went against blue. And initially, I saw the umpire signaling, and Green just called a timeout. Green just called a timeout. Initially, I saw the umpire with his arm pointing towards Team Green. So that brings the ball back 5 more yards. Repeat third down.
Looks like they'll be attempting this field goal again. Looks like it'll be about a 33-yard field goal.
They're not. They don't have the golden boot in their backfield like they wish they could. But I mean, good on them for trying. And if they give up the ball in their own 27, 26-yard line, I mean, that's a good kick on a kickoff anyway. So
absolutely.
What do you got to lose, right? Maybe you get 3 points. If not, you're not giving up good field position. So it's not the end of the world.
The only thing you worry about is on a field goal such like this. He has to get a real good kick on it, so he can't go high and elevates. So
right.
You've got to watch for a block.
Okay.
Because it's going to be lower. It's got to go lower to travel that 33 yards. We'll see what happens, but
there is a bit of a wind, and it's kind of going diagonal across the field into the face of blue. So that plays in a little bit themselves.
Oh, they're going to pooch punt it here, I think.
Oh, they are? Going to punt. Here we go.
Might see something tricky here.
There's the snap. No. Boom goes the dynamite.
They're going for the tie.
And received in the end zone, number 26. He's got a little bit of room on the outside.
Uh-oh.
And he breaks one tackle. He's on the sidelines. This could be it. Could go. Will go. All the way. Big number 28 for Green. All the way into the end zone. Dre Blair, the running back out of North Delta.
What a great water.
He got out of that end zone, and there was just no stopping him. What a run back. Well over 100 yards for the major. And Green is on the board with a 5-point lead. Do they go for 2 points or 1 is the only decision to make the next couple of minutes here. What a run back. That was super. Look at this. Just blows past him right there. Big number 86 just couldn't get his arms around him.
One missed tackle. That's all it takes.
That was it.
Off to the races.
Look at this.
Everybody holds back. Nobody blocks. Let them run.
Fantastic.
And that's a 7-0 lead. Ready to add on one more point here.
127-yard run.
Beauty.
Unreal. Haven't seen that all weekend. Here's the snap. And that is good. So a 6-point lead. No, 8 points.
8-point lead,
go
yeah.
up 8 points.
So that single they got for that punt was a big point. Could be in the end.
It can very easily come down to 1 point rather, in the game.
It is early still. But by the way this game is being played, you just never know.
No, and just give Blue a bit of time to click, and they could come storming back with a couple of touchdowns in their own right. So, yeah, far from over. Only about
Absolutely.
8 minutes into the second quarter. Plenty of football left to play. And Team Green. Oh, they switched ends. Got to fix my notes here so I don't get the players mixed up like I'm prone to do. We'll be kicking off the Team Blue. They got big number 27 in the backfield, joined by number 5 and number 17. Yansu back deep for the Tribe at number 5. And number 17, Douglas Jameson out of South Delta, also back there, hoping for a little magic in their own right. Here comes the kick. There's the whistle. Oh, goes for a short one towards the end zone.
Oh, good one.
What kind of blocking can he get? Doesn't get anywhere. Brought down just past around the 32-yard line. So not terrible field position. Not superb, but they'll take it.
Good strategy by Team Green, keeping it from the deep guys there. Keeping it towards the sideline, and everybody could stay in the lanes on the one side of the field.
No place for him to go, so they're going back with Oliveris. I haven't seen who's playing quarterback.
If I was Team Blue, I wouldn't be panicking or anything. I'd keep doing what I'm doing. There's lots of game, like you said here.
Looks like they're going with number 12, Michael Calvert out of South Delta. There's a nice handoff. Hands off to number 9. Grant McDonald, also from South Delta. So 2 guys who obviously know each other and played together.
Looks like Team Green's playing run all the way here. They're stacking that box. They're daring to run on him right now. Daring to pass.
Almost like they're pushing them to the outside corners, keeping it clogged up the middle.
Absolutely.
You got a flag on the play. Referees are conferring.
Got a lot of kids on each bench, keeping everybody fresh. A lot of rotation
huge,
going in.
it's a huge bench on either
Yes.
side. The last 9-man roster, there was hardly anybody on the bench. Not a lot of extra players.
Yeah, you get a couple injuries, and then what?
You got an embarrassment of riches here. 3 quarterbacks per team.
Yes, they do.
So what's going on? Oh, 10-yard penalty. Takes it back to the 21-yard line. 1st and 20 now for the Blue Tribe. So they're going to make up Josh Alameda, and his offense has to make up an extra 10 yards just to get back to where they were. Dropping back, looking to pass. He's under pressure, trying to break a tackle. He lets it go. Nice reception. Sweet, another.
It's like a late hit.
Could be a late hit. What a great reception.
Great job by the quarterback keeping the play alive.
And number 43, Team Green, had him in his sights, was just chugging, had his jersey, and up he goes. Number 84, Team Blue, Maxwell Stallings, again out of South Delta. So South Delta sticking to South Delta.
A lot of South Delta helmets out there right now.
There, you know what? You're right. There are tons. These guys know each other.
You got 12 on the field, and 8 of them are South Delta, I believe.
And that penalty going against the Blue Tribe. So they had a great gain. They're almost at 1st down, and they're pushed further back. So now it's 2nd and 15.
At the end of the play, major foul, unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness. That's an undisciplined penalty. I mean, if anything's going to come back to haunt you in this game,
Yeah, that will.
that'll be it. Snap. He's looking to throw. He's got a man. No.
Good little boot action, though. Play was developing nicely.
3rd and 15 for the Tribe. I guess they've got no choice but to kick this ball away.
Is there anybody in the stands from Frankfurt who drives a Ford?
Team Green doing a good job defensively.
They're stepping up. Their boys
They
are
are.
clogging up that middle, creating a lot of traffic in the backfield, really forcing them to make plays that maybe they're not ready for.
Momentum's leaning a little bit their side at the moment, I believe.
Well, they're up by 8 points. They want to keep that going.
Yeah,
so.
they do. Doesn't look like Team Blues ain't quitting them, though. You know they're going to keep coming.
They got 3 full quarters of football left to play, so they're still figuring it out.
Certainly.
All it takes is one good play, and bango, you're right back in it.
Sometimes coach may not show his cards early in the games, feel it out. You can talk about the first quarter filling you out, but, you know, there might be a lot of stuff coming the second half.
Yeah.
They might be showing some looks now and then doing something a little bit different in the second half just to keep them off guard. Keep them off balance, excuse me.
Keep them off guard. Well, keep them off balance. And again, though, like you said it, it's the KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes.
You're not going to have a ton of plays in a game like this because you just don't have time to practice them all.
No, you don't. Your timing is everything.
Yeah.
And you just can't go, practice 30, 40 plays.
No.
Right?
You're going to go with good 5 or 6 good plays
Absolutely.
that you know are going to work. Yeah.
I don't think either one of these teams will run any more than 12 to 14 different plays throughout the game.
Yeah.
Maybe a few different variances of them.
Yeah. But so far, a lot of the running up the middle, not a lot on the corners. So we could see a bit more of that on the second half. And, yeah, they're kicking the ball away here.
What you're finding with most defenses in the Star Bowls is very intelligent defenses. And it's really hard to score.
Nice kick. Gets it about the 50-yard line. Takes a blue bounce.
That's the one you'd like to catch in the air.
And number 28 for Green still on his feet. He gets back to about the 45-yard line, so a nice little 5-yard gain there on that kickoff. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 45 for Team Green with about 6:43 left to go in this first half, second quarter of a very young Star Bowl game.
I still put together a few yards there. I always like to teach these kids when you're waiting for that punt to be aggressive and go get it.
Yeah.
You let that ball bounce and bad things can happen.
You got to be careful. It's a fine balance though, because if you get too excited, you'll take a ball off a shoulder, then it's a live ball.
True that.
And it starts bouncing back towards the guys coming towards you. So
you do got to make sure.
Yeah.
You do got to make sure.
So it's a fine balance.
Absolutely.
Nerves can take over pretty quick in a situation like that. Number 27, Green's got some room. He's got some lateral moves. Look at that. Oh, throws him down. Well, a great run by number 27, Samuel Uko out of Abbotsford, brought down nicely by number 9, Grant McDonald out of South Delta. 2 great plays there. It's about a 6-yard gain. Look at this. Just
Very
grabs
physical.
him. Boom. Swings him around. Slams him down to the turf. Nice clean hit. 2nd and about 4 for Team Green. From the shotgun. Dropping back. He's got a man. Number 2, that's enough for a first down. He's still on his feet. And that works out to about a 20-yard gain.
That's a beautiful, beautiful pass play. Simple but effective. That's just a stop.
Nice play there. Tristan Yansu, just a beautiful pass, caught up by number 2, Sheldon Gangloff out of Langley. Big, tall kid in Gangloff. Look at those long arms and legs.
Corner thinks he's going deep. He does a quick stop, turn, boom.
Yeah.
Now you're playing pass in the backyard. Great job for Team Green.
Nice little gain after the catch, too.
They're going
And
for
he's
it.
going back again. Oh.
That's good defense by number 8 on Team Blue.
Josh Alameda out of North Surrey certainly read that play well and just mixed up that receiver long enough to keep him off
I
balance.
was a little worried for him for a second. I thought he grabbed onto his jersey just a little bit, but it was nice job.
Yeah.
Really nice job.
Perfect defense.
referees will let the little bit of touch go.
Yeah, I mean, if he's grabbing him and really holding him, then you've got the legal protection. Okay, well, we've got a minor equipment timeout as someone's tying a shoe. Team's getting organized, calling plays.
You know, corner's got a tough job sometimes because they sit out there and they got to stay home.
Yeah.
You know, and all of a sudden, you get a quick little fade like that, and you got to be ready to go.
It's not like a lineman where you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. You got to keep involved.
And they're dropping back. Oh, nice catch over the top, number 78, Team Green. Young Jay Boo out of Langley on the reception. Looks like Tristan Yansu's really understanding his receivers and just picking them all. But he's keeping to that left side. He hasn't thrown much to the right yet.
Looked like a little delay coming out of the backfield there almost. Great job underneath.
Still sets up a 3rd and about 4. And they're not kicking it.
Look for the draw here.
What are they going to do? Out of the pistol. Drops back.
Going to pass it.
There you go. Still in the backfield. Number 27 is looking for some room. Not a lot. Does he have enough for a first down?
He might have it.
We got a flag, though. If he doesn't have a first down, he's pretty close to it. But there's a flag on the play, so let's see what happens.
Not quite sure how he kept that play alive. Just kind of tiptoed by the sideline. And let's have a look here. Great job.
One. Still on his feet. Good lateral. Look at that. Look how wide his feet are apart.
Like floated across that sideline. That's a great job.
It's going to, I bet you it's number 76 with an illegal block pushing number 17 Blue out of bounds. Unnecessary roughness. There you go. That'll drive a defensive coordinator crazy. So that gives Green a first down deep in enemy territory, sitting at about the 15-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. 16-yard line. There we go. So Christmas comes early on that play. Automatic first down. Here's Yansu in his backfield. Back to number 27. He's got a bit of room this time. Oh, breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Look at this. Back inside. Unbelievable. Nice. There are flags everywhere, but number 27, Samuel Uko for Team Green out of Abbotsford. Probably one of your boys.
Yeah, it's we played against him. I tell you, you see that happen and you get a little worried because when running backs change field like that, you know there's gonna be a holding call on that one because he's up and running too long, and you could almost guarantee a holding call here. I might be wrong.
What do we got? When you look at that replay, I mean, look how far apart his feet are when he's running.
Amazing.
Like, talk about an amazing lateral and changing direction. His feet are about 6 feet apart, and that's going against Green.
There's that holding call.
Play number 27, Sam Maluko. Somebody's off.
So repeat first down. And he's going to mark the ball. There we go. Illegal block. 10-yard penalty and an illegal block. So a couple of Green gets a break on the last play. We gave him an automatic first down for unnecessary roughness against Blue. And they had a first down on that play to give him first and goal, but now it's 1st and 20 on an illegal block. Good news, it's repeat first down, so Yansu's got 3 tries to get it that much closer. Dropping back to pass, short pass up the middle. Number 12, still on its feet.
Oh, Team Green's starting to see something in that passing game.
And that gets them back to about, that was Tyson Reed, the receiver they were out of Abbotsford. Gets them close to about the original line of scrimmage. So they still have a good 12 yards to go to a first down. So they're not out of the woods yet. Do you go to the end zone on this play? You air it to the end zone?
Well, it's easy for me to say sitting here doing this, but yeah, why not? Take a shot, right?
You're here to have
That's
fun.
what I want to see. That'd be really nice to see. He might just go for it, right?
About 2.5 minutes left to go in the quarter.
Oh,
We got some pressure up front, forcing Ranchu to run. He's on his feet. Well, it looks like he was looking to pass on that play.
All the way.
But the defense just swarmed him, forcing him to take the ball on his own.
And here's where I think you take advantage of that deep pass to the end zone, that 25-yard end zone. This is where you go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to expect run right here, maybe.
And it was clear he had pass on his mind, so they're probably at least pecking that right-hand corner of the end zone.
Team Green's certainly seen something here. Looks like they got a real deep receiving corps out there. Everyone's got some hands. Everybody can block out there. They're running good, solid routes.
They got some height, too. If you
Yes,
look at
they
the
do.
receivers, they're good and tall, well over 6 feet. Big, long arms. There we go. Yansu from the pistol. He's looking for a man.
Oh,
Nice.
I think he's got the first down.
Oh, what's going to happen? First down, Team Green. Nice reception to Green number 2, Sheldon Gangloff. Those long, gangly arms. Hung on to that ball and got that ball right across that line. It's first down marker. So it's a 1st and goal on the 5-yard line. Maybe just on the other side of the 5-yard
That's
line.
a great catch, too, you know. That's a hard one to catch, a nice tight slant like that.
Big hands.
In traffic, you
Just
bet.
Ball just disappeared inside those big hands. Handoff to number 10. Stuffed to the line of scrimmage. Number 12, Team Blue, closed that party down pretty quick. Mitch Calvert.
This would be a big hole for Blue. They can hold him here. Force him to a 3rd down situation. You know they're going to go for it. They could stuff him.
Yeah.
That'll be key for them right now.
You know, and their kicker's not that great, so, well, I shouldn't say that.
Well, they might have 3 of them. You know, they could put another
That's
guy
true.
in, right? You know.
Yeah, no, both teams, if you look at their benches, just have an embarrassment of riches. There's tons of kids.
They could probably field another team in.
Yeah, you know, easily.
Quick pass.
Airing it out. Can he do it? Nothing.
I think there's a little bit of miscommunication there between the quarterback and the receiver, and again, that comes from what you were saying earlier about having your practice time.
Yeah.
You know, they were practicing maybe for a training camp. They might have read that a little bit better together.
This sets up 3rd and goal. Do they go for it, or do you go for a field goal here?
At this point, I'd probably take the field goal because you already have an 8-0 lead. That'll put you up 2 full scores. You know, I mean, you'd have to actually get 2 touchdowns to overtake Team Green right now, right? So, I mean, if you haven't practiced your kicking team enough in those 4 practices, maybe it's something you might want to go for it. But, and I think they're going for it.
I don't see.
No, they are going for 3.
They're going for 3.
It's a good call.
Team Green. Quarterback Tristan Yansu will try and kick it. And got it.
That's a big 3.
11 points. Gives them an 11-point lead with about a minute and a half to go in the half. So a nice little offensive drive from Team Green to get this game going. Puts them up 11 points, but it's still early. As we found out last week during the Valley Pride Bowl Star Bowl game, no lead is safe with an entire half left to go.
That was a long drive.
That ate up a lot of time on the clock. I'm looking at the crowd here. You see Mike Dirksen, our midget coach. Team Dirksen will be playing later. I'll be interviewing him at the half of this game in another minute and a half.
Another great game.
Yeah, the midget game will be good. I've been looking forward to the midget game for quite some time because we talk about these players having 9, 10, maybe 8 years experience already. You go to midget, now it's 10, 12, sometimes 13 years experience. They're bigger, a little bit faster, and should be exciting.
Certainly, and if you didn't know the age of these kids and you came in here just blind,
yeah,
you would think you're watching like college kids maybe that are
huge.
20 and up, right?
Well, look at number 55. You can see him on your screen. Look at the size of that kid. He's massive.
He's going at least 250,
Oof.
maybe more.
Easily, easily. Well, we had a kid last week in Bantam. I think it was 320 pounds.
Number 57. I'm trying to remember what his name was, but what a player.
Huge. And he's like 15 years old. I mean, imagine the grocery bill his parents have to pay.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a big, strong kid until you have to pay for it, man. Holy Max, like a fast car, right?
A lot of pasta.
A lot
Fastest
of steaks.
stretches out the dinner
a lot
table.
of steaks. A lot of potato. And Yazdu wearing a lot of hands today.
Stick to that sideline kick. Good job.
Picked up number 5. Klassen with a nice little run to the 36-yard line.
Looks like we got a man down, but he's getting up.
So Joel Klassen out of North Surrey with that reception. Picks it up nicely off the hop. Gets a little bit of room. Picks up about another 5 yards. 1st and 10. The 36-yard line. There we go. Just waiting for them to mark that.
Guess we're going to see Team Blue open up a little bit here, I think.
I'm hoping. I mean, Oliveras has just a superb arm we saw last weekend. He's back on the field again. Looked like the Indianapolis Colts with the blue and white jerseys on there. All right. Got the huddle. Both teams taking a knee, so I guess there must have been a timeout.
No, little injury on the field there.
Number 32, Green. John Marquez out of North Delta, the linebacker. These guys are warriors. He's walking off. He'll be back. What's the rule? 3 downs? If you get injured, you have to sit up for 3 downs?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Once you're out, it's 3 plays.
Yeah. 3 plays there, not 3 downs.
3 plays. Yeah. You know, us coaches in the day, we try to get some more time on the board, so it has got to stay down, right? So they don't do that no more because they don't want to lose those players for 3 plays.
Look at that. What a run, number 27, Team Blue. Stefanos Goulas, South Delta linebacker, the workhorse, takes that handoff, picks up a good 20 yards. What a gain.
Back to it.
The Tribe gets another 1st down. They click, the Team Blue is clicking and they're getting yardage. They're just not getting into the end zone.
Yes.
They get to the red zone and everything seems to go wrong. Or Green just steps up and does a great play.
A little bit of both, I think.
Yeah. And off to number 5, Klassen.
Great team.
Number 26, out of Victoria, all the way from Vancouver Island, Darian Attridge, the defensive back, with just a great play on there.
The speed of Team Green is just not allowing Team Blue to get outside.
As a unit, man, they move like a really fast pack.
Team speed is amazing.
Yeah.
And they're doing it together.
And it's nice to see a couple of players coming all the way from Cowichan and Victoria. The unfortunate thing about Vancouver Island, not to, bash anybody, they have good teams, but they don't have good organizations. They don't have a really good system in the different towns from flag all the way to midget like we do in the Valley. But they do come up with some great individual players, and we've seen some all-star games and provincial games.
Yes.
Teams will come in off the island, and they're just absolutely fantastic.
There is a ton of talent out there.
It'd just be nice. I mean, there's some great sports in Victoria. I mean, the basketball is unreal. Some superb lacrosse, hockey. But it'd just be nice to get their organization organized right across from the north to south of the island and just produce more teams, because you just want that extra competition for all the different teams to play against.
Seems like they're putting all-star teams together out there. They'll play their games on the coast and then get themselves in the playoffs, into the provincials.
There's a handoff, picked up maybe a yard or 2. Sets up a 3rd and long and about 13. However, we are enjoying the spoils of some of their riches here with a few players on either team off the island, both Cowichan and Victoria. So it's good to see them come all the way out here, because it makes for a pretty long day. Even if they came in last night, they're probably getting late. You're sleeping in a weird bed, and then, not a lot of rest. So.
Yeah, sometimes it's so fun, though,
Oh, look at this. Holy mackerel. They wanted to kick. Number 12, Team Blue, Michael Calvert, getting ready to punt it, but the defense just came pounding through. Big number 43 for Team Green spoils the party. Damian Norris out of Langley. And there goes the first half. So the good news, it didn't hurt them. We've got an 11-0 Green lead over Team Blue here on VBNSports.com. Team Amy, Dave Hicks. See you in 15 minutes.
We'll save it for the second. How about that?
Good job. Good job. See you in 15
I might be a little bit more. I was a little nervous in the beginning. Like, kind of starting to feel a bit better now.
No score.
Gotcha. Okay. So give me a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I like the t-shirt. And welcome to yet another VBNSports.com interview. Team Amy here with Mike Dirksen. Very good. Coach of Team Blue for our upcoming Midget 12-man championship. How are things looking so far, Coach?
So far, so good. Team came together quite well over the last couple weeks. We had 8 practices. And because I have a lot of guys, I have like 12, 13 guys coming from Vancouver Island, and they made the trek. So pretty happy about that.
In terms of strengths, where are you strongest?
I believe we're strongest at the, actually offensively completely. We have a great quarterback coming up. Actually, all 3 quarterbacks are really strong. Receivers are go-getters, and then the running game.
Nice. Defense wins championships. How's your line looking?
Oh, the D-line looks great. We're big and strong. A couple guys are going to be going both ways, just because we lost a few key guys based to work and a couple injuries. And our biggest guy we lost was because he's a rookie camp today with UBC.
There we go. There you go. Going to UBC CIS. Great program. In terms of it's an all-star game, so of course they're all just fantastic. In terms of players we should really keep an eye open for, who do you think we should go?
Really, Devin DaCosta as running back, Stephen Legary, our quarterback. I think those 2 guys are going to be really good. They're both from the Langley Stampeders. And then one of our own Chilliwack Giants, Tice Duneveld.
Tice Dunefeld, I remember him. All right, thank you very much, Mike Dirksen, Chilliwack midget coach, coaching our Star Bowl here today. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you very much.
Take care.
Yep.
Now we're clear. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, man. Oh, here we go.
Mike, thanks, you too.
Gee, you can. Yeah, don't move until you see Wayne do. And welcome back. Here we got team coach
Mike Carroll.
Mike Carroll
Savages.
with the Green Savages here in our Midget Championship Store Bowl game, Exhibition Stadium in Chilliwack. Coach, who do you like so far on your team?
We got a lot of good young players. Our quarterback, Colby Peters, has been playing quarterback for the last 10 years or so. excellent player. Good receiving staff. DB's excellent. Everyone's good.
In terms of size, do you guys bring more size than speed, or do you bring a combination to your lines?
Bring a combination. Our defensive line is quite quick of foot. Not huge, but they're quick and they can get in there.
Excellent. How excited are your guys here today? It's not all the time you get to play in an all-star game with a couple of scouts watching, undoubtedly. How excited are they for today?
Oh, they're just happy to play another game. A lot of them, this might be their last game of football, so they're out there to give it one more kick at the can and have some fun.
How many of your boys going to be moving on after their last midget season this year?
We'll probably have about a dozen that move on, and they'll go on to the university level or junior football and carry on from there.
How proud are you to see your guys carry on their football careers after their midget seasons?
Oh, it's great to see. You know, you can go watch them play junior, you know, whether they're out in Langley or out in the valley, and no, it's a lot of fun.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Coach. Stay right there. VBNSports.com. Tim Amy, back to you. There you go.
All right.
Thanks.
A lot.
And we're back once again. Tim Amy here with Shell Sangera, pardon me, president of our VCFL. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. It's great.
We have a wonderful event today with our Star Bowl. So far, how are things going for you?
It's going good. We just had the 9-man game and the 12-man bantam games, and they're great. Everybody played good, and everybody's safe. And all these boys came together from different associations and made a lot of friends these last few weeks, and had a great time. It's been a success so far.
Now, once we get to this part where players are actually playing, this is the fun. Talk to me about some of the work that goes into organizing an event that's got kids from all the way from Cowichan right to Chilliwack.
It's a lot of work. I coordinate for the Valley, and then we have the VMFL counterpart, Gordon Francis. And it's basically getting the coaches together, getting the associations to pick the boys that should be playing in these games, and basically the event coordination, practices, getting the coaches who have never coached before together from the different associations. So it's a lot of work, but it's well worth it. I mean, the reward of a great game for the boys is fantastic.
Now, we have a few other events coming up in the not-too-distant future. What can we look forward to?
Well, for me, I'm also the coordinator for the ABC Border Bowls, and we have games coming up on May 23rd from grade 6 to grade 11, and those are showcase games where the players that make these teams, they get together and they showcase for post-secondary schools, and that game's in Kamloops at Hillside Stadium, May 23rd.
Nice. Now, they're showcasing, obviously, there's going to be some scouts there. What kind of scout action, if I may use that, can we expect?
Well, this is like the boys play in these regular leagues and their associations, and in order to get your name out there, you've got to play these high-profile games. So generally we have more scouts at the grade 12 games, but for 10 and 11, the upcomers, they're looking at the class of 2016. They want to see what's coming up. So we will be having a few scouts coming out. We will have a high-profile game, which the rosters get sent out to 22 colleges and universities, and they get to watch it online through VBN. So it's pretty good.
Thank you very much, Shell, and thank you very much for that plug here at VBNSports.com. Beautiful. Thank you for.
27, San Maluco. Number 28, Trey Blair for Team Fern. Here we go, folks. Make some noise for this kickoff. Keep it going. Make some noise. Come on, people. Make it loud, make it proud. It's game time. Number 27, San Maluco on the return. Cut back across the seam. Fights on the tackle. Wrapped up and brought down by number 5. Joel Clausen. Team Fair in the first possession of the second half, starting off from their own 32. Team Fair to the line, number 7. Billy McMillan leads him up, sets up, shotgun. Play action. Downfield pass, complete, number 80. Andy O'Neill shakes off a tackle, brought down by number 34. Timing off, sends up. First down, Team Fair.
Thrown it to number 80, Andy Abel from Victoria. So a couple of Island boys tossing her back and forth. Now here's a cute story for you as they line up. National anthem was sung by Heather Vanderworth from here in Chilliwack. Sold me my glasses this week, so I mentioned that to start the game. I'd run into her after the first half. Her family's watching and listening and watching in Edmonton. They text her the story back, and there's number 28 with the ball. So good blue defense by number 9. I'm guessing that's number 9. You can't see it 100%. Grant McDonald out of South Delta, the running back, normally a running back, shuts down that drive.
Team Blue flashing some defense there.
Very good, very good. So anyway, so Heather's family watching in Edmonton. Here's my story online. Texted back to her. She relates it back to me. We're going cross country here.
And you just happened to run into her on the way out, too.
I happened to run into her, and she was sitting right in front of us. So, yeah, very funny. There's a drop from the pistol. There's it out. Nice spiral. He's got a man. Number 82. We got some West Coast offense here. Alec McKenzie out of Victoria. So the Island boys just opening things up on the offense to start this game. What a start for Team Green.
Well, they really got Team Blue off balance.
Unbelievable. Well, you're thinking you go a little bit more of a run because it's always a little bit safer. You're starting off the half. They've been sitting around for 15 minutes, kind of cooling off a bit. Let's warm up. No. Boom,
They're
boom,
right
boom.
Very impressed with the passing attack and the way these receivers are running their routes. It's like they've been passing for longer than 1 week or 2.
Well, they're both both receivers, all 3 players, quarterback and the 2 receivers are off the island. So maybe it's perfectly conceivable they all play together and they know what to do. So
they're running some great routes. They're timing routes. The quarterback's swirling to where that receiver is going to be.
It's perfect.
And he's just going to get the ball.
And that extra point was good. So we have now a 17-0 lead. No. Procedural defense. Oh, yeah, the extra point is good. Okay.
Procedure defense. I'm not sure what that call is because defense is generally offside.
Not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, didn't hurt anybody.
Nope.
The extra point counted. 18-0 lead. Team Green Farron over their Tribe Blue counterparts. Thanks again for tuning in. VBNSports.com. Tim Amy, Dave Hicks. Dave normally the junior bantam coach for the Mission Niners and will be coaching the Young Stars in the Border Bowl coming up May 23rd in Kamloops. That's going to be exciting. I always like those road. The kids get excited for the road trips.
Yeah.
I'm 47. I get excited for the road trips. I get to go out of town.
We have to stay in the college dorms.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get to chaperone some kids too,
Oh,
right?
fun.
So, you know, it should be a lot of fun. It should be loud.
I remember road trips and outdoor ed in high school, and yeah, they were a lot of fun. It's not much fun from sometimes the adult point of view of chaperoning, keeping an eye on these
You got that
troublemakers, but when you're the troublemaker, sometimes it's a real howl. There we go. There's the kick. Nice one right up the middle.
Right down the middle this time.
Number 17, Team Blue. Does he have some wheels? Oh.
Boy, Team Green's starting to run downhill on him right now.
They're getting fast. And that was Douglas Jameson out of South Delta with the reception, defensive back. Good catch, got it right in the air, kept control of the ball, hung on to it, gained a few yards. So it looks like about the 23 or so yard line, 1st and 10, Team Blue. I'm looking for Gabe Oliveras and number 27, you have to forgive me, Stefan Gulas out of South Delta to really start opening things up here. I mean, they've warmed up. They're into the second half. All the Team Blue is really good players.
Yes, they're going to have to open it up, though. They're going to have to go to the air.
Yeah. And they look at that. They keep it on the ground. Number 5, he's got a little bit of room. He's got some wheels. Could be some trouble. There's a first down. Nice.
You see what Team Blue's doing is they're running a double tight.
Okay.
All right, so that's telling Team Green they're running, and they're still getting out there. That was a good play, good blocking on the edge.
And here's textbook. You're hanging on to the ball. You're a small player. What do you do when you see the guy coming? You drop your shoulder. Look at that. Plows right into him. Gets about another 3 yards off that.
That's called finishing your run.
Nice.
Nice job.
Nice job. Number 5, Team Blue, Joel Klassen of North Surrey. There's a handoff. Back to Stefan.
Try to stretch the field.
And we talked about the speed of Team Green's defense, and that was on display right there. They just move as a pack. There's a loss of about 4 yards on that play. I mean, Blue's got some good, fast individual players, but that defense for Green, I mean, they just leave a vapor trail as they move as a unit chasing that ball.
You look at Team Green's defense, it's all the way across with the deep safety right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna kick back, stay there, watch that pass. Everybody else, they're going to have one-on-one in the corners, everybody else in the box.
Yeah. And you're right, it really does force Blue to pass because they have no time to set up in the backfield. There they go. Number 12. He's trying to get some moves, still on his feet. Our quarterback, Michael Calvert out of South Delta, takes the ball himself. So it sets up a 3rd and about 9.
That's a nice little boot that Blue's running. You might want to consider holding a tight end to block for 1,002 and then just releasing into the flat. It might give the quarterback another option. You might be able to just throw a little flat pass out there.
But again, when you get a fast defense like Green's bringing,
it makes it tough.
It makes it tough. You don't have a lot of options. There's not much you can do. Take away that time to stop and plant your feet. And there we go. Well, they're going for it in 3rd and 9. Dropping back. He's looking to pass, but there's the defense swarming again. Does he have a man? Oh!
A little too far.
Well, that was a near interception. And Blue turns it over on down. So there's the power of defense. Green's got an 18-point lead, and they're not giving Blue an ounce of daylight to get anything going. They might get the odd individual play there, but they can't string enough together to get it into the red zone, at least not so far early in the second half.
Green defense is very, very disciplined.
Yeah.
Everybody's staying home doing their jobs.
Nice.
It's when other people stop doing their job and do somebody else's job, that's when you get gaps.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's committed to staying home. Great job.
And it really does speak to the coaching. We've got a flag on the play here. There's a handoff to number 6. Tyson Philpott out of North Delta, normally a receiver, was in the backfield for that play. Not a big kid, but he's got some speed.
I have a feeling they'll pull something off that little jet sweep. They'd call that a jet sweep. You like to, they'll run that a couple times, and then they'll fake that and then go backdoor on it sometime this game. Just watch for it.
Nice play. They're sticking with Bailey McMillan out of the island at pivot. Good handoff. It was textbook. But credit Blue defense for getting there and shutting things down.
41, Trevor Burrington leads towards the line, sets up over the ball.
There we go. And there's another handoff. Number 10. Could he have enough for a first down? Looks like he just might. Nice handoff to Azuka Okoli out of Langley. As Bailey McMillan, the quarterback out of Victoria, has been playing the lion's share of the game, and I think he's found a bit of a rhythm. And another first down, pardon me.
That play is all
Farron.
about the offensive line.
Yeah.
Just a seam. All he had to do was follow his blocks, put his head down, and he picked up an easy 6-7 yards.
Life is easy when you got a good offensive line open up those laneways for you. And there's another handoff. Look at that.
Inside handoff.
See, Team Green's they're gonna take those gaps right now because Team Blue they're looking for pass now.
Nice little 5-yard or so gain from Jed Pacalone out of North Delta, number 25 for Team Green. So you're starting to use more players in their backfield. It appears as though Green has got a few more weapons in their backfield than Blue.
Yeah.
I think they've got a little bit more of a balance in their backfield, which just gives them that many more options to go with. Here's a short pass, number 82, saved. And that gets them up that's a first down and more. Just inside the 15-yard line. So Team Green threatening again.
That was a great play call. If you've seen what happened there, Team Blue brought in 5-man offensive front, all the bigger guys.
Right.
All right, because now Team Green's starting to run on them. What does Team Green do? Boom.
Throw.
Quick little throw.
Short pass.
So they're switching it up. Run, pass, and they're really keeping Team Blue off balance.
Nice.
Really nice job.
Doing a good job. And once again, they're back in the red zone. And there's Bailey. Throws it. Oh, what a catch. Tyson Philpott from North Delta. It was a deflection, but he held his ground and caught that ball, made it look easy. Bailey McMillan rolling out. Looked like he was in a bit of trouble. Saw he had a few guys. Blue number 12 jumps up to flick it. Michael Calvert got a hand on it, but not enough. And we got another major from Team Green, up 24-0, waiting for the extra point.
Sometimes when it's your day, it's your day. Those tips come your way. Those are the bounces.
There we go. There's their extra point, 25-0. Team Green Farron doing a great job. They put together a great defense, and it's just messing with Blue.
We're talking the first quarter, and I was saying, Team Green's defense, they're looking really tired. It was a long drive, and ever since that point, it's been turned around.
They heard you. You jinxed it.
And all of a sudden, Team Green's, going downhill, and Team Blue's looking tired.
Yeah. It's amazing. One play changes the momentum, perfectly.
I think that turning. Excuse me. Go ahead.
No, it's just like you said, there's a turning point. Suddenly, one team looks tired and the other team has energy. It just switches like someone's flicked a switch.
Amazing what momentum could do. I think that big punt return there, back in the end zone, that really stretched out and really changed the tide here.
127-yard drive will do a lot.
Yeah.
Do a lot for a bunch of teammates. Here we go. Another short kick. Caught by Blue, number 88. 28, pardon me. Nice. 28, William Mills out of North Surrey with that reception. Got a few yards on it. And sets up a 1st and 10. Where are they going to spike it? At about the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, 44-yard line. Team Blue. Blue's been going with Gabriel Oliveras. They also have Tristan Yansu. Where am I here? They got Josh Alameda out of North Surrey. You got Gabe Oliveras, and they got Michael Calvert from South Delta. But they're going back to Oliveras. Would you be switching up things with your quarterback right now to see if you can, or does that not work?
Yeah, at this point, you got to try something, right? You're going to have to probably go to the passing game to get back into this. Last week when I was coaching in the Junior Bantam Star Bowl, I used 3 different quarterbacks, and it's tough because you can't really get in any good rhythm.
Gotcha.
Once you start going, you're like, you got to switch now. And that's some of the challenges that you have as a coach, trying to keep everybody involved.
Gotcha.
Especially if you have 3 quarterbacks. It can be tough.
Every time you switch a quarterback, your receiver's got to get used to somebody different, and Oliveras airs it out. Oh! He had number 52 in his sights. He was open. Jarvis Dashkowicz out of South Delta. But the Green defense just got in there, got an arm in there, and just popped that ball out. Pass was a little bit short, but catchable. And nice play by the corner just to nail him just as the ball came to him. Pop that ball out. That was number 28, I believe, for Green. Dre Blair to North Delta, I believe.
I think that's 26.
26, pardon me. Oliveras airing it out. Says you have a man. He's got one. Oh, wow. Number 21, Team Green breaks up that party. Number 5, Joel Clausen was his man in his sights. He had the ball, but the defense stepped up again and just robbed him.
Hey, they got 2 guys in coverage there, too.
Look at all the time that Oliveras has, though. Good job in the offensive line. And he had the ball and just had it. Number 21 came up.
I thought he was going to come down with that for a second.
You know what? I thought he had it, but he was bobbling it just a tiny bit, and the defense came in and just popped it out of his hands.
Team Blue's got the right idea. I mean, they're going to have to start airing out a little bit.
Yeah. The danger is, you do a running play, maybe you only get 3 yards, but you get 3 yards. You're throwing it, you're back to where you started. So. Oh, live ball. Number 81. Team Blue, Ryan Jensen out of South Delta robs that. Tristan Yansu, quarterback for Green, was going to take it himself, and the ball just popped out of his hands. Boom.
Well, hopefully that's what Blue needs to get him going.
And it was Blue, number 51. Spencer McLaughlin out of Cowichan, the offensive lineman, normally an offensive lineman, pardon me, who went in on that initial tackle and stripped the ball, forced that fumble. All right. You got a break. 3 minutes left to go in the quarter. Full quarter left to play. You're down 25 points. Let's see what they can do. Here's number 27, Gulas. Oh! Look at that. Number 26. Darian Attridge, again off the island. A lot of island boys on this team just playing absolutely superb. They're just messing
Watch
with
Mir
Blue.
come off the block. Look at that. Great job.
And perfect textbook tackle. That's a big kid he's going against and just grabs his leg. Nice and low, right below the knee. Textbook tackling. Great job. Michael Calvert. That's pivot for Blue, playing quarterback. There you go. Takes the snaps. He's going to run it. Can he get a first down? He's got some wheels. Got a little bit of room. Oh, look at that. Oh. That's when there's a good play. That can energize a team. A good 15, 20-yard gain. You're in the offensive zone. First down, pardon me, on the 37-yard line. So a big gain. Good on him. Michael Calvert out of South Delta keeps the ball himself for just a fantastic carry. But, I mean, is the defensive line forcing them to make those plays?
Yeah. Right now, I think that Calvert seems to be all in a roll. I would just leave him in the game at this point. He seems to bring a few more things to the table. Mobility-wise, the other quarterbacks maybe aren't. A few more tools in his toolbox, say.
Sure, fair enough.
Not to say that other quarterbacks aren't doing a good job because they're all playing well.
It's just clicking for him right now.
You need some continuity. You need something steady, and they're moving the ball. Let's let them roll.
And that was a nice little short pass to number 52, the tight end. for a good 6-7 yard gain. There's a handoff up the gut, back to number 27. Stefano Gulas, South Delta. Gulas 27, I should remember that because he's been doing them all game. Second and short, maybe half a yard to go. Oh, got a first down. Look at that. They originally marked the ball just shy of the first down, but I stand corrected.
This is where things get a little tougher in the red zone.
This is the test. This is where they've had trouble the entire game, reflected by absolutely 0 points on the board. There we go. Off the snap. Doesn't go to Gulas this time. Looking to throw. Does he have a man? He's got some room. He's got some space. He can see that end zone. Touchdown. Nice. A 32-yard run for our quarterback, Michael Calvert, number 12 at a South Delta. He's a strong boy. Held on to that ball, and he got his blocks.
He did. No, that was a great job. There's a seam in there, and he took it. He did a great job. When he realized he had a seam, he took it to the hole.
There you go.
And he was gone. No one was going to stop him at that point.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, thank your offensive line for a touchdown like that because
Absolutely.
They made it possible. And we talked about the speed of the Green defense and how quick they are. And on that play, Blue stepped up and matched the man-to-man.
Well, they're doing a little of that boot action. Is a little bit of a play action pass where it's holding up the linebackers because they're thinking run because he's giving a little fake and he's taking off the other way, which is just giving them that little bit extra time to get the edge.
They're going for the extra 2 points here. He's dropping back. He sees a man. He airs it out and intercepted. What's going to happen? Is he going to get a tackle? Will he get a block? Oh! So number 25 for Green makes the interception. Jed Pacalone out of North Delta. Now, will that give them a point if you intercept on the extra 2 point conversion?
I was just gonna ask if you knew that because there was some talk about if you can intercept that that convert attempt that you could take those points. But last season in our Valley League they would blow it down.
Yeah.
So I think that's a VFML rule where you can actually take it to the house and get those 2 points.
So it remains 25-6. About a minute left to go in the third quarter. Still lots of football left to go, but the good news, I guess, for the game and for Team Blue is their offenses seem to have found a bit of a rhythm.
Absolutely, and all you need to do is start feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
And once you start feeling good about yourself, all of a sudden you don't feel as tired, you feel faster, you feel sharper, and you start believing again. And that might be all they need, right? Team Green right now, it's easy because it's human nature to think, okay, it's 25-0, we got this, we're cleaning away,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, you're only up by 19.
Yeah.
A turnover here, and all of a sudden you're down by 12 or 14.
Right.
So, hey, Blue's still in this game.
No, it's far from over. Switch of momentum no farther than my Montreal Canadiens Ottawa Senators series.
My Montreal Canadiens, are you kidding me? I've been sitting beside you the whole time, and I didn't know you're...
the brotherhood.
5-1?
5-1. I turned it off when it was 4-1. I went to bed. Like the heck with this. Okay, nice little kick, about the 25-yard line, bounces out of bounds. So Green will take over in their own zone around the 25-30-yard line. I'm guessing they're going with Bailey McMillan again at quarterback. Certainly seems to be working for them, the Island boy. There's a flag down.
Ball went out of bounds. They might ask them to re-kick it, but
okay.
It's pretty good field position. They'd probably take it from there.
I would say so. I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, you might get it 5 yards here or there, but
exactly. No need to tire out some bodies.
No.
Keep them fresh.
Well, the referees are conferring on the field. There was a flag on the play. 25-6. Green Farron over Blue Tribe.
Oh.
Illegal block on Green. First down, so I'll take it, 10 yards back?
Completely missed that one.
Didn't see it myself. We're too busy talking hockey.
Yeah.
At a football game. So 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line, Team Green.
Team Green going to work. 1st and 10 from their own 30.
They're going with Tristan Yansu out of North Delta, pardon me, as quarterback.
Team Green still in a spread
Oh,
formation.
bobble on the snap. Yansu picks it up. Maybe gets a yard or two. A little bit of miscommunication on the snap there. Hit him around the knees. Just wasn't ready for it. I think he was still making the call when the ball snapped out.
I like what Team Green's doing here offensively now. They're still running a trip spread formation. They're still being aggressive. They're still showing pass. It's really easy to go back into the run game right now and just run the ball, finish the game. But they know that this game's not over, so they're going to continue to be aggressive.
We're coming down to the dying seconds of the 3rd quarter here. Oh, there's a nice air. He's got a man. He's open. Oh, what an effort to make that catch. Looks like he had number 2, Sheldon Gangloff out of Langley in his sights.
Number 2, he's a great receiver. But I got to tell everybody, all you kids out there who might be watching this game, when you're running for that ball and it's over your head, don't stop and jump.
Yeah.
Run through that ball, and most of the time you'll run through and you'll catch it. When you stop and jump, that's when it's gonna go over your head. That's a tough play.
Yeah,
that's a tough play.
It's right on the sideline too, so you run it too fast.
Definitely a tough play. I mean, number 2's been fantastic this game, and don't get me wrong, that's just a great receiver.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We're now into the 4th. Teams are just switching sides. You know what I'm noticing? When Bailey McMillan gets up there from the island, he's thrown to the island boys. Tristan Yansu's out there from North Delta. He's going to the Valley boys. So it's a little bit, it's what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely.
It's, I guess you could maybe call it tribalism if you want, but the receivers, what they can do. You've only had about 4 practices, but it's just a funny little trend that you notice suddenly.
Yeah, you're going to throw to who you feel comfortable with.
Yeah. They're fielded by number 20 for Team Blue.
You better tuck that ball in.
Protect that ball. You don't want to pop it out. Gets it back to about the 54-yard line. Not a bad little carry. So it was 3rd and out for Team Green. Elected to kick. Blue takes over on their own 54 with a full quarter and a 19-point deficit to make up.
Tell you what, if Team Blue can score on this drive here fairly quickly, we're going to have a game.
Yeah.
Because that will put a lot of pressure on Team Green, and you might see them back off a little bit, not be so aggressive, which might allow Team Blue to come back.
Yeah. Well, it's a full quarter. Anything can happen.
Absolutely. Tons of time left here.
Tons of time. And one good drive and one more touchdown. They're right back in it, like you said. Cut the lead in half, going back to Gabriel Oliveris at quarterback. He drops back, looking to pass in the opening drive. He's got a man, number 4. Nice little catch, still on his feet. Gets a few yards. Gets that up to about the 30-yard line. So Gabriel Oliveris airs it out to Ryan Clayton of Chilliwack, his teammate here with the Giants. And once again, we talked about Team Green. He's sticking to somebody he knows. Ryan, he plays with. They played together for a lot of years. So he likes to go with the man that he knows. Opening drive, a pass, completion, first down, picked up about 20 yards. Smart play.
That was a great throw. I'm just talking about keeping the quarterbacks the same. Here comes the other quarterback, proves me wrong.
And hand off to number 5. He's got a little bit of room. Nice little carry, picks up about 4 yards there. And that was, again, Joel Clausen out of North Surrey, the small, live little speedster.
Here's what you got. You got the quarterbacks going all the way back to the sideline to get a play in. That's the lack of practice time. Football language, plays you can develop, and that's why he has to take his 10 seconds to run down, 10 seconds to run back.
Exactly.
It's a tough challenge.
You do what you can.
You do what you can.
Yeah. Well, he's got Gulas and Clausen in his backfield, going with 2 receivers, dropping back, looking to pass. He's waving his man into the end zone. Touchdown. There it is. Oliveris decrying Clayton. Two Chilliwack boys connecting for the major. Very exciting football all of a sudden, and right again, we've got a game.
Wow, it happens so fast. You know, 3 minutes ago we were talking a 25-0 deficit. Now it's 25-12. You know, what a drive! What an arm! That kid played. He played last weekend.
Yeah,
was amazing. He won the offensive player MVP.
We were calling him Air Oliveris,
and here he is again.
Yeah,
you know.
And it took him. You know what? Last weekend it took him a half to find his groove.
Yeah.
We're in the second half here, and he's connecting for some big passes, and he just throws it. It's so accurate, and it's such a perfect spiral every single time. It's amazing to watch. It's exciting to watch.
Very exciting. Could be, using this quarterback rotations, keeping Team Green off balance. That's a good job.
Both are connecting.
Yes, they are.
And there's the extra point. So 25-13, Green over Blue, and this game is far from over. We've got about 10 minutes left to go in the quarter, in the game, to be precise. And there's a ton of football left to be played.
Here's what you got now. You got Team Green now. Hey, what do? You know, do you run the ball out? Do you stay aggressive and worry about some turnovers? It's a tough situation now.
You think about what worked for them in the first half, where they kept them off the board.
Absolutely.
You may have to go back to that.
Yes, sir.
You know, like you said, keep it simple, stupid. They're off. Their defense was just working like a pack of wolves, following that ball and shutting down that run, forcing them to pass. And they need to get back to that, hang on to this lead, because now it's cut by more than half.
Absolutely. They're going to
only up by 12. That's 2 touchdowns, and you're losing. So,
like we talked about, momentum. It could turn into a dime, and it just did.
It just did. They got number 27, Samuel Utko, out of Abbotsford, and number 20, Joel Nickel, out of Langley.
Watch both
back
these
to
guys.
Receive those kicks. And there's an offside kick, nice and short. Whoa! Wow! Boom goes the dynamite. Grant McDonald out of South Delta lays in the shoulder on a short kick. Wow! Let's watch this replay. Just a worm burner. Picks it up. Bang! Down he goes. Number 10 for Team Green was the brunt of that hit. Azuka Okole out of Langley. Good news, nobody got hurt. It was a clean hit.
Great job holding on the ball there.
Oh,
wow.
Nearly got his head taken off.
That's
beautiful.
Talk about whiplash. Whoa.
You know what? It was shoulder to shoulder, so that's why nobody got hurt. It was a good, perfect tackle. And Okole with the ball turned his body exactly the right time and right direction to take it right in the shoulder, so protects his neck so it doesn't snap back.
Did a good job.
No, that was good. Textbook. Good textbook football right there. Green going back to Yansu in the pistol. Dropping back to pass. He's got some trouble. There you go. Team Green has got some spark. They've got some jump. Look at the defense stepping in.
All of a sudden, Team Green's reeling a little bit. That offensive line was playing great earlier, and all of a sudden, it's caving in on them.
If you were Team Green, would you call a timeout, settle your boys down a bit?
I think it would at this point, but at the same time, I'd like to save that timeout for later in the game if I really need it. And you're going to kick yourself if you use it right now.
How many timeouts did they get per half?
You do get 2, and actually, I believe Team Green does have 2.
2, yeah. I haven't seen a timeout on either side so far.
Great little catch there by number 12. He's just short of a first down. Tough situation here for Team Green. They got to decide whether they're going to go for this or punt the ball, get him deep, or maybe go for the first down here.
We got a man injured. He's rolling around a little bit, maybe winded. Well, 8 minutes to go in the game. 12-point lead, Team Farron over the Tribe. They pretty much have dominated the game so far and they've held the momentum. But a couple of quick touchdowns on behalf of Team Green, or Team Blue, pardon me. The momentum has completely swung. That's number 12 Tyson Reed, for Team Green at Abbotsford.
Team Green goes for this right now. Could be the biggest play of the game.
I think so.
If,
Third and about, what is that, 4 yards?
That's a long 4. You know, that's a 4 yard. Tell ya, Team
you
Blue
go.
stuffs him here. It's you got to start worrying if you're on Team Green's bench. That's for sure.
This could be the turning point. But a little over 8 minutes to go in the game. It could come down to this play right here, easily.
A little bit of a gutsy call going for it here, I think.
It's what you like to see in an all-star game.
You do.
It makes it more exciting.
It does.
Something big can really happen either way. Okay, well, Tristan Yansu in the shotgun. He's got 2 boys in his backfield. He's got his receivers. There we go. We got a flag. That's a first down, but there's a flag on the play. Could be an offside. The flag went exactly at the snap. I'm guessing offside.
That receiver could have crossed the line before the.
Easily.
Oh.
No, decline. First down. There you go.
That's a big play. Very big play.
Very big play. Like we said, it could be the turning point. So now they keep the momentum going.
And the clock.
And they control the ball still. They've got the lead. If they get one more touchdown, they just might be enough to put this game out of reach.
That was a great play call.
Yeah.
A quick little hook to 78. Turn and go.
There's another short pass. Ooh, had number 2. Sheldon Gangloff in his sights. Something didn't click there, and the ball went right through his hands.
That's been their bread and butter today on the passing game a little bit. Number 2.
Nice short pass is the number 2.
Tommy was a little out that play.
Yeah. That time just didn't work. But that's okay. They still got 2 more tries. It's only
do.
second down, 10 yards. Sitting at about the 48-yard line.
And you know, as a broadcaster here, I'm not, either one of these teams, but right now you're kind of hoping that Blue could kind of stop the momentum here and turn this around and give us a real exciting finish to end this game.
Here they come. Snap out of the shotgun. Here's a handoff. Number 25, he's got some wheels. Oh! And the Blue D, big number 67, steps up to the plate. David Edwards out of South Delta. I haven't seen much of him today for the big plays, but that was good. Look at the replay. Just follows him perfectly in the hunt. Watch this. Big guy. Wham! And when you're that big, you can grab a guy by the shoulders. We talk about proper tackling, going for the ankles and below the knees, but
he got there quickly.
He got his hand right in the center of his chest and threw him to the ground.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
As long as you make the play, I suppose. Doesn't have to be pretty. Drops back, looking to pass. Yansu. Arm. Whoa, he caught it. Did he catch it? So close. Yansu looking to pass. They got a hold of his arm. The ball went forward.
That's change of downs anyways. That's
change of downs. There we go. So it looks like Blue has stolen a bit of momentum here and continues to start to control the second half. And I think you're right. I think Green needs to be a little bit worried, need to start stepping things up and going back to the basics.
That wasn't a bad little drive by Green, though.
It was very good.
They didn't go 3 and out. The last thing they want to do in that drive is go 3 and out.
Yeah.
At least they moved the ball a little bit.
Ate up some clock.
Got their confidence going. They still feel good.
Yeah.
You go 3 and out there, and all of a sudden you're reeling.
Yeah, and also they don't give up particularly great field.
Blues
on their own 45, so they don't have an awesome field position. There we go. Dropping back, number 12. Looking for a man. He's got him. Short pass. Nice little 9-yard gain there. Blue 12. Quarterback Michael Calvert with a nice little short pass. Picks up 8 yards on that drive.
We're talking about the discipline early of Team Green's defense, and all of a sudden they're biting and pinching.
Yeah.
You know, that little boot that he's doing now, he was doing that in that first and second quarter as well, but they were staying disciplined. Now they're pinching, and he's getting outside the edge.
Drops back, handoff. Is it enough? More than enough. Gets that first down. Nice little run going back to Gulas, number 27. The short, powerful back.
I tell you that I know I'm kind of on this boot a little bit, but that's all set up by the early first quarter. second quarter of slamming it up the middle, getting behind number 27. You save it the second half, and all of a sudden now you're faking that slam up the middle, and then you're booting outside. And that's why they're becoming undisciplined.
Yeah.
They're expecting the run. They kind of know they're going to pass to stay in this game.
You got both receivers. Number 12, he's on his feet. He's got some room. Still on his feet. Got a good block there. He's got a first down. Nice little run. Michael Calvert, the South Delta quarterback. Looks like he was going to go to hand off there. Maybe faked it. I wasn't sure, but he got the 12 yards. So they faked the handoff. Nice little move. Look at that. Breaks a few tackles. Good spinorama.
Keep those legs moving. Good things happen.
Nice.
Great effort.
10 yards plus 2. Good drive. Sitting in their 35-yard line. They're in the offensive zone. They seem to have burst that bubble that was holding them back before. They could be driving to the end zone in the next play or so. Looks like he's looking to pass. So Calvert electing to hang on to it himself for the past couple of plays here. It looked like he was looking to pass. He didn't have anybody and had no other choice.
It's giving him fits, though.
Yeah.
Because the defensive backs they're looking for the pass, and then he pumps and keeps going. And it's giving him fits. I mean, he's picking up big chunks of yardage.
That was a good 5-6 yard gain on that play. And you're inching that much closer to the end zone. You're down by 12.
Big number 66, Eric Vanderwerf to the line, sets up over the ball. Calvert under center.
Oh, number 5, the speedster, got some room. Could be enough for a first down. Let's see how they mark it. And
first down, try.
We got a first down. Nice little carry by Joel Clausen. The North Surrey speedster. Not a big kid, pretty skinny. Not that tall, but he's got great wheels.
Right, nice little counter there.
Yeah. Now, looks like they're going to their backfield now. They got 2 guys. Goulis? No. Getting some blocking. Oh, look out.
What strength.
Look at it. Stays on his feet.
Fights his way past the line of scrimmage and for positive gain.
Wow. I thought he was dead in the backfield. He picked up 4 yards on that play.
That's a great effort.
Yeah, they're getting the momentum. You can really see them with the speed and the jump and the confidence. It's amazing what a couple of plays will do for you. We got about 3:15 left in the quarter, in the game, pardon me. It's now 2nd and at least 5.
Team Green's got to start attacking to get on defense.
Bring bodies. There's Aaron it out. Oh.
That's good coverage.
That was excellent coverage. Number 32, Green. John Marquez out of North Delta just saved a touchdown there. 3rd and 5. You're sitting at about the 15-yard line. You're down by 12. What are you going to do? What would you do?
Well, I'd go to the well again on the boot.
Okay.
At this moment, I'm just you're gonna sit on that hope that those guys are gonna bite. Their adrenaline's going. You're gonna fake inside. You're gonna boot out. You're gonna have the option to run or pass. It gives you the 2 options, and it's your best option right now, I think. See if he goes to it.
Looks like he's looking to pass. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. He's in no. He's breaking. There he
You're
goes.
kidding me.
Oh! Holy mackerel. That could be it. That could be it. That could be it.
It looked like he was going to break that and go for it for a second.
You know what? I think take a look. He was a few yards away from a first down when he threw that ball, but I guess he just ran out of options. Look at this. So close. Oh, great defense by Green.
He was open, too.
Yeah.
He was open there for a second.
Great.
Good job by the D getting back into it.
Great D by Green. If there was ever a time for them to sort of snap out of it and get back to their early form, that was it.
Team Green looking to move the ball. Take valuable seconds off the clock.
And we're going back to Bailey McMillan, the Island boy, number 7.
Hands the ball up.
Hands it off.
Rivals away right in the middle. Tackle the play made by number 9. Grant McDonald. And
I don't think we'll see any more passes here by Team Green
No.
for the remainder of this game.
No. With just over 2 minutes to go, we got 2 flags on the play. Not sure who got the penalty there. But the way Green's clapping, I'm guessing it's going against blue. Let's see what they say.
Unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness. That's a good 10-yard penalty.
I think it's going to be 15.
First down.
There's a first down, unearned first down by Team Green.
Going to move the ball all the way up to the 30.
You know, we haven't seen many of those unnecessary roughness penalties throughout this game.
It's been a clean game.
Very classy by the players,
Yeah.
and the referees are doing a great job.
They are. They actually are doing a superb job. There's another flag on the play.
I'm surprised.
Number 82, nice catch. Alec McKenzie with the reception. Island boy to Island boy on that play.
This play could have really gone bad.
Yeah.
If you watch this one, he just got over his head, but there was a defender right in that flat that could have caught that and took that for 6 the other way.
We've got looks like we're going to repeat first down with a 5-yard penalty there. It'll be a 1st and 15. Look at that.
Oh boy, that's a gutsy call.
They could have gone that. Yeah, that could have been on its way back to the end zone pretty quick.
But as it stands, it didn't matter.
Well, 1st and 15. A little over 2 minutes left to go. McMillan keeps to his backfield, number 10. Put it on the ground. Keep it up the middle.
Swanson.
I'm watching the clock on our screen. I haven't seen it move too much. That sets up, 2nd and 11. Would you go with a passing play here, trying to get a first down?
No, I'm just going to play it safe right here. I'm just going to run the ball.
Keep it on the ground. Tuck it in tight.
Tuck it in tight.
Yeah.
Punt the ball away. They
Yeah.
have to come down and get 2 scores. I'm going to feel confident in my football team that we can do it at this point.
Clock's running. Oh, look at there's the pass. Short pass.
Oh.
He's got a first down. He's got more than that. Gets dragged out just past the 49-yard line. They're keeping us all on our toes.
Oh, that's a great aggressive call. I tell you, that's why I'm up here and he's still down there
down there.
coaching away, you know. But
Nice.
I mean, either way, you know, when that play goes well and you get a pass and a first down like that, it's a great call, coach. But when you're coaching and you do that play and you get that intercepted, it's why would you do that, coach?
Oh.
You know, so you know it's a juggling act, right? And right now he looks like a genius. That was a great call.
That's a superb call. Island boy to Island boy.
Nobody expects that.
No. Didn't eat up a lot of clock time, but what it did is get you right at midfield. So if you do turn the ball over, it's no big deal. Back to number 10, up the middle. Picked up a few yards on that play. Do we have an No. Thought we may have had a turnover. Thought we may have had a turnover there. Flags on the play. Let's watch the replay. Goes to number 10. Into the pack. And I don't see that ball turnover. He still got it. Maybe he was down. He may have been down.
You know, you got to really commend the coaching job Team Green's doing here of sticking to the plan. You know, it's really easy to get off your plan in situations like this. They're passing, they're running. This is what they've been doing all game, and they're sticking to it. And it takes some guts to do that. Because the easy thing is to keep running the ball. And
that play gave the ball to the Tribe. First down at the 51.
It's a good eye.
What happened there?
It was a turnover.
It was a turnover.
I guess so, because I didn't see it. And all of a sudden, they got the ball.
And the ball moved 10 yards. Interesting. Okay.
It is interesting.
Oliveris at quarterback. Drops back. He's got some wheels. He's on his feet. There's the throw. Oh! Pass interference. There's some pass interference. Oliveris was getting swarmed there, but his foot speed, kept that play alive. Look at him dodge a few tackles there. Doesn't panic. Nice little pass down the field, and yeah, Bladen, he hit him. Looks like the two corners got mixed up and bumped into each other and hit him.
You know, I just got some interesting news on that quarterback.
What's that?
He's never played quarterback before.
Gabriel?
He didn't play. No, the Chilliwack quarterback.
Oliveris.
Apparently did not play quarterback last year.
Huh.
Yes.
Wow.
Now that's the rumor I hear, and I was just talking to one of the coaches today.
I'm trying to remember. Did he play quarterback last year in the Bantam team?
From what I hear, he played. He was receiver, slot back.
Huh.
And they needed to go to.
Well,
yeah.
He's graduating up to midget this year, so Mike Dirkson's going to have a few. Oh, and that fingertips, he just had it. Number 15.
But I think he found himself a new position.
I think you're right.
Fantastic quarterback.
Solid kid. Not tall, stands about 5'10", but he's an easy 220 pounds.
That's solid.
Very solid. And it's good. He has excellent wheels, can really run, and he's got, look at the arm. It's so accurate. And a nice kid. I've had a chance to meet him a few times. A very nice kid. Smart, too. Doing real well for himself in school.
Right on the money there. Just receiver can pull it in.
Yeah. Drops back in the shotgun. Here, Oliveris looking for the short pass up the middle. Finds Joel Klassen, number 5. They're trying to keep that clock going. Just over a minute to go in the game. What they need here is a touchdown, 2 extra points, and an on-field kick. Get the ball themselves. And it's still alive. Back to the shotgun for Oliveris. He's looking for a receiver. No! 3 big defenders from Green step up, sack him for about a 7 or 8 yard loss in the backfield.
I believe we've got a timeout on the play.
Oliveris was looking for one of his boys in the end zone.
He had someone breaking open. He just didn't have a lane to throw.
No. And then 3 guys in Green, 56, 62, and I think 27, stepped in there, just smothered him. So we got a timeout.
You know, at this point now, if Blue can get in the end zone, even if they don't get an extra point, or they could still get that onside kick and get back in it.
Yeah. Well, 6 points would put them 6 points back.
Sure.
Which means they would need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to win it, which isn't impossible, which would make for a very exciting finish to this game. And there's Joe Carter, our PR man, on the sideline, getting this crowd going. There he is. Joe's good at that. He's having fun out there.
That's what it's all about.
Yep. Oliveris on the snap. Drops back. He's looking to throw. There it goes. He's got a man. Intercepted, number 26. For Green, and this could do it. Darian Attridge out of Victoria with a big, big interception. And that could do it. We got about a minute, maybe a minute left to go in the game. I'm thinking maybe 1-2 running plays, get a first down, and then just start taking a knee.
That'll be it.
Yeah.
That'll be it. And it makes it really tough. You know, that was a commendable effort by Blue, but
Yeah.
it makes it tough when the other team knows you're going to pass.
Yeah.
They're just going to sit back. And
if they had those middle lanes just basically more than covered with the zone.
Absolutely.
And it's just right for the picking. Here we go. Going back to our island boy, Bailey McMillan. There we go. There's the handoff. Whoop, flags everywhere. I'm guessing somebody got caught offside. A little bit of pushing and shoving there, broken up quickly enough. I'm guessing offside. Illegal motion? We'll see.
Too many men.
Oh.
Tribe. Offside. Offense. 5 yards is the net. After the onset, don't move it.
So we had offsetting penalties, the difference of 5 yards going against blue. So it's first and 5 at about the 36-yard line, 34-yard line. Billy McMillan from the pistol. Goes to his backfield, number 27 with the wheels in the lateral. He could have a first down, and he does. And Green is just eating up clock time here, controlling that ball. They just got themselves another first down. Oh, but we got a flag. Hang on.
It was a late flag.
Very late flag. Unnecessary roughness? What do you think?
Didn't see it, but, that's generally what happens. Oh, offside.
5-yard penalty. Hey, look, first down.
So repeat first down. Now it's a first and about 9. Which, of course, doesn't really hurt Green. Because worst case scenario, they just start taking knees.
They don't knock that clock back like they do in the CFL or the NFL. Time keeps on ticking.
So just under a minute left to go. Our screen says 43 seconds. I'm not entirely sure how accurate that is, just because the officials have the official time and can't communicate with them. But he's taking it out. They're going to run it. Oh, live ball, live ball.
I think Green got it back.
Lucky break for Green, recovered by number 50. Dylan Sanderson. Whoop, I'm reading the wrong thing here. Ross Bakey out of Langley, the offensive lineman normally. Look at him strip that ball out, pops it right out. And a very, very lucky break for Team Green there. They got some yardage, they ate up some clock time, and they maintained possession of the ball. Are you a little surprised they're not taking knees? I'm not exactly sure how much time is left, but if it's 30 seconds, you take a knee.
I believe the refs will let them know if they can take the knee. I think once the ref lets them know, then they'll take the knee.
Gotcha. So this becomes...
It is over.
There's the game. So, final score, the Green 25, Tribe Blue 13, and a great game all around.
It was a great game. Great effort by Blue, even greater effort by Green.
And Dave Hicks, Junior Bantam Mission Niners coach and coach of the Young Stars Border Bowl coming up in May, pardon me. Thank you very much for your time,
Thank you,
sir.
pleasure. Thank you very much.
Stay tuned to VBN.com for a couple of interviews coming up shortly.
Respective 50-yard lines, we have a short award presentation. And folks, don't forget to stick around. Coming up next, you'll see them taking the field right now. The best that BC has to offer at the midget level. Taking the field at 4 o'clock this afternoon in the 2015 Midget Star Bowl matchup. exciting game out here today, boys. Looking forward to seeing you guys play next season. We got a few awards to give away. First up, we have Most Outstanding Defensive Player of the Game from Team Farron, number 26, Darian Attridge.
Yeah.
Most Outstanding Offensive Player of the Game from the Tribe, number 12, Michael Calvert. Most Outstanding Special Teams Player, no surprise, 127 yards on a return, number 28 from Team Farron, Trey Blair.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive run back.
Most Outstanding Lineman of the Game from the Tribe, number 77, Braden Belton. And the most sportsmanlike player award of the game from Team Farron, number 29, Rain Cruz. One more time for these 2015 Bantam 12-man Star Bowl players. Boys, stick around and watch what you're going to be facing most of you next year. Coming up at 4 o'clock, midget boys ready to take the field. The best that BC has to offer in Canadian football. 4 o'clock kickoff. You're free to go. Good job, boys.
And welcome VBNSports.com. Tim Amy with Corey Philpott, former BC Lion, president of the All-Star Youth Sport Football Program. How are you liking today so far?
It's looking great. You know, it's always great when we get a bunch of young men out on the football field and show their talent and play very well. And, you know, this is what it's all about, having these kids an opportunity.
Excellent. You've got a big tournament coming up in Miami in July. What's going on there?
Well, we're pretty much going to Miami. We're going to actually take a bunch of 80 boys down there to Miami and play against a bunch of teams two teams from Miami. You know, it's going to give the boys an opportunity to really see what football is like in Miami. I'm from Miami and lived there. And, you know, we're just doing a bunch of great things and doing a lot of fundraising and everything to take a bunch of young men from Canada down to play a game and a great experience for them.
Now, what age group are we talking about here?
Well, we're looking at 13 to 16-year-olds. So pretty much we're that age, what you just saw, Bantam, that just played, and then junior Bantam level. So, you know, like I say, it's one of those things that it'll be a great opportunity for the boys.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Miami is home to certain football players like Michael Irvin, for instance. And I believe it's South Miami that is just a football factory. So how do they set up a tournament like that to prevent massive blowouts and ruining it for everybody?
Well, you know, it's just one of those things. We've got a bunch of talented kids on our squad that I think we can go down there and compete. And we're going to be playing on the 4th of July in front of probably 10 to 20,000 people. So, you know what, we're going to be prepared to go down there and play, and I think it's going to be a great turnout.
Now, how do you organize the rules? Would it be an NFL format, a CFL format, or a combined?
Well, it's pretty much high school football, just like we play up here, high school rules, so American rules. You know, like I say, one less guy on the field, shorter field. So, you know what, we're on a 20-minute clock, they're on a 40-minute clock. So that'll be the difference for us.
Very cool. Corey Philpott, All-Star Youth Sport. Thank you very much. VBNSports.com. We're good. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. Pleasure meeting you. Step towards me a little bit. There we go.
Oh, we're close.
Yeah. And here we are back on VBNSports.com. Team Amy speaking to Brad Yamoka. Coach, Kamloops Broncos in the Junior BC Football League. And what brings you here to Chilliwack today?
Well, we just, you know, we wanted to come down, check out the talent. Obviously, the next game here with the midget team coming up is, you know, those are the kids we're looking at, and hopefully some of those kids will decide to make Kamloops a home after this. So,
are there any kids so far that, I mean, obviously they haven't played yet, they're coming up. Any kids that you're really keeping an eye on?
There's a few of them. I mean, we've already talked to probably a handful of these kids already, so we kind of want to get a look at them again, and you know, and then obviously we're always trying to fill our roster with quality football players, and you know, what better place to do it than here?
Very good, very good. Now, May 23rd, we're going to be in your backyard playing in Kamloops at Hillside for our All-Star game there. How many of your guys will be out watching for talent?
Well, we'll probably have the full contingent out there, especially since it's in our backyard. And yeah, it's always a chance to see talent and to see what's coming down the pipe, so to speak, and make plans for next season.
Now, when you're scouting, do you look for certain players in certain positions, or you're always sort of looking to fill every position possible?
Well, right now we basically are looking for certain positions. I mean, it's always tough, but I mean, we'll never pass up a good athlete. So if we see one, we're going to go after them. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you have certain spots that are filled with your veterans, and you know, some of these kids, for the opportunities that they get, they may not have a great opportunity with our football team, so there could be opportunities elsewhere and vice versa. So, you know, you want to kind of make sure that they have an opportunity to play and get a chance to expose themselves.
Now, you mentioned certain positions, so I'm going to press you on this. Which certain positions do you have your eye open for?
Well, I think everybody in our league especially are looking for O-linemen, so that's always a tough one to fill, and I think that's probably right across the country. I don't think anybody will turn away an O-lineman. D-lineman for us, we're really short-handed in that position, so we only have a few guys coming back. So, you know, those are the two big key areas for us, and you know, hopefully we'll find some big bodies out here that want to make the trip to Kamloops.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
VBNSports.com. And welcome to yet another VBNSports.com interview. Team Amy here with Mike Dirksen. Very good. Coach of Team Blue for our upcoming Midget 12-man championship. How are things looking so far, Coach?
So far, so good. Team came together quite well over the last couple of weeks. We had 8 practices. And because I have a lot of guys, I have like 12, 13 guys coming from Vancouver Island, and they made the trek, so pretty happy about that.
In terms of strengths, where are you strongest?
I believe we're strongest at the, actually offensively completely. We have a great quarterback coming up. Actually, all 3 quarterbacks are really strong. Receivers are go-getters, and then the running game.
Nice. Defense wins championships. How's your line looking?
Oh, the D-line looks great. We're big and strong. A couple guys are going to be going both ways, just because we lost a few key guys based to work and a couple injuries. And our biggest guy we lost was because he's a rookie camp today with UBC.
Ah, there you go. Well, there you go. Going to UBC CIS, great program. In terms of it's an all-star game, so of course they're all just fantastic. In terms of players we should really keep an eye open for, who do you think we should go?
Really, Devin DaCosta as running back, Stephen Legary, our quarterback. I think those 2 guys are going to be really good. They're both from the Langley Stampeders. And then one of our own Chilliwack Giants, Tice Duneveld.
Tice Dunefeld, I remember him. All right, thank you very much, Mike Dirksen, Chilliwack midget coach, coaching our Star Bowl here today. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you very much.
Take care. Yep. And welcome back. Here we got team coach
Mike Carroll.
Mike Carroll
Savages.
With the Green Savages here in our midget championship Star Bowl game, Exhibition Stadium in Chilliwack. Coach, who do you like so far on your team?
We got a lot of good young players. Our quarterback, Colby Peters, has been playing quarterback for the last 10 years or so. Excellent player. Good receiving staff. DBs, excellent. Everyone's good.
In terms of size, do you guys bring more size than speed, or do you bring a combination to your lines?
Bring a combination. Our defensive line is quite quick of foot. Not huge, but they're quick and they can get in there.
Excellent. How excited are your guys here today? It's not all the time you get to play in an all-star game with a couple of scouts watching, undoubtedly. How excited are they for today?
Oh, they're just happy to play another game. A lot of them, this might be their last game of football, so they're out there to give it one more kick at the can and have some fun.
How many of your boys going to be moving on after their last midget season this year?
We'll probably about a dozen that move on, and they'll go on to the university level or junior football and carry on from there.
How proud are you to see your guys carrying on their football careers after their midget seasons?
Oh, it's great to see. You can go watch them play junior, whether they're out in Langley or out in the valley, and no, it's a lot of fun.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Coach. Stay right there. VBNSports.com. Tim Amy, back to you. And we're back once again. Tim Amy here with Shell Sangera, president of our VCFL. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. It's great.
We have a wonderful event today with our Star Bowl. So far, how are things going for you?
It's going good. We just had the 9-man game and the 12-man bantam games, and they're great. Everybody played good, and everybody's safe. And all these boys came together from different associations and made a lot of friends these last few weeks, and had a great time. It's been a success so far.
Now, once we get to this part where players are actually playing, this is the fun. Talk to me about some of the work that goes into organizing an event that's got kids from all the way from Cowichan right to Chilliwack.
It's a lot of work. I coordinate for the Valley, and then we have the VMFL counterpart, Gordon Francis. And it's basically getting the coaches together, getting the associations to pick the boys that should be playing in these games, and basically the event coordination, practices, getting the coaches who have never coached before together from the different associations. So it's a lot of work, but it's well worth it. I mean, the reward of a great game for the boys is fantastic.
Now, we have a few other events coming up in the not-too-distant future. What can we look forward to?
Well, for me, I'm also the coordinator for the ABC Border Bowls. And we have games coming up on May 23rd from grade 6 to grade 11. And those are showcase games where the players that make these teams, they get together and they showcase for post-secondary schools. And that game's in Kamloops at Hillside Stadium, May 23rd.
Nice. Now they're showcasing. Obviously, there's going to be some scouts there. What kind of scout action, if I may use that, can we expect?
Well, this is like the boys play in these regular leagues and their associations, and in order to get your name out there, you've got to play these high-profile games. So generally we have more scouts at the grade 12 games, but for 10 and 11, the upcomers, they're looking at the class of 2016. They want to see what's coming up. So we will be having a few scouts coming out. We will have a high-profile game, which the rosters get sent out to 22 colleges and universities, and they get to watch it online through VBN. So it's pretty good.
Thank you very much, Shell, and thank you very much for that plug here at VBNSports.com.
For the 2015 Midget Star Bowl matchup. Introducing first the Savages. Number 2, Simon Odong. Number 3, Colby Peters. Number 5, Nathaniel Durkin. Number 6, Matt Way. Number 7, Victor Boulanger. Number 8, Liam Stewart. Number 9, Demarius Henderson. Number 10, Warner Atkinson. Number 12, Sam Milana. Number 15, Corey Fletcher. 16, Stuart Burke. 21, Bishop Francis. 22, Willie Brenner. 26, Mark Leonardo. 28, Rashawn Luby. 29, Arian King. 31, Thomas Franks. 32, David Ledoux. 33, Kurt McGilvery. 35, Bash Cizode. 36, Tyrell Ogloff. 38, Chance Topley. 41, Connor Barron. 42, Aaron Borg. 44, Philip Cromwell. Number 50, Nicholas Carroll. 51, Riley Carter. 52, Alex Pongratz. 55, Braden Gowland. 58, Donovan McNee. 60, Jordan Berg. 63, Kyle Nelson. 66, Noah Lubengo. 77, David Chen. 80, Nick Okamoto. 81, Matt Warner. 82, Daniel Horvath. 83, Amiko Kuma. 88, Gerald Leonardo. Number 90, Ender Sahuda. Number 98, Gabe Mendoza. Yeah.
too, yeah. Look great on the screen.
Introducing the Team Dirksen blue jerseys. Number 9, Aaron Slack. No, number 10, Hunter LaRock. Number 11, Stephen Legary. Number 12, Kane Melcher. Number 14, Dayton McIntosh. Number 16, Thomas Hoosier. Number 17, Jaden Korfman. Number 19, Noel McMurchie. Number 20, Riley Calju. 21, Blaine Redlack. 22, Eric Wheels Williams. 24, Ryan Porteous. 25, Devin DaCosta. 26, Craig Clarat. 27, Joe Carter. 28, Jimmy Brazier. 33, David Fredo. 34, Mitch Hinton. 42, Grayson Marquardt. 43, Mike Fallon. 47, Andrew Catola. 49, Landon Conville. 53, Cody McAllister. 54, Austin Penner. 55, Clayton Frolic. 58, Chris Dirksen. 59, Matt McGregor. 63, Scott Tolnay. 65, Alec Robertson. 66, Tyler Hudson. 77, Juan J. Boo. Number 80, Angel Marius. 81, Tyce Dunabell. 84, Tyler Moxon. 87, Luke Allen. Number 90, Colton Derwin. And number 97, Nathan Lawn. There are your 2015 Midget Star Bowl teams out there on the field today. At this time, I'd ask you rise, remove your hats, caps, and helmets, and welcome to the field Miss Shayla Ogloff for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command, with glowing hearts we sing.
All right, Midget VCFL Star Bowl is happening just in a matter of moments. My name is Craig Krause. I'll be doing play-by-play, and I am joined by
Tim Amy.
Yeah.
I'm back on color commentary, which I have to say is a lot easier than play-by-play, so I'm really glad you finally showed up. Nice of you to make it. Yeah.
I was going like 160 on the highway just to get here, just to be here for tonight's game between, who do we got tonight? We have the green team and the blue team. The Savages are in the green uniforms, I believe, and the blue team does not have a nickname. They are the blue team.
They're Team Dirksen.
Team Dirksen.
So you have Team Savage, Team Dirksen. It's been kind of weird all day because one team is named after the coach, so Dirksen, obviously head coach Mike Dirksen.
Yeah.
Then the other team has a nickname, and it makes absolutely no sense because it's Mike Carroll who's the head coach for Team Savage. So the Green Savages against the Blue Dirksens. I don't know.
It's a mystery.
It is. I don't know.
Mystery. It's a mystery.
Don't ask me.
So we're here in Chilliwack at Exhibition Field. We were here last week, too. We had a bunch of great games, but today's a little bit different. We have teams from all across BC, from the island, from the Okanagan to the mainland.
This has been going on for a number of years, this All-Star game. Last week was strictly the Valley Community Football League, so you just had kids strictly obviously from the Valley. And you saw the intro, there's kids from Vancouver Island right out to Chilliwack. So, no, we have a little bit deeper talent pool. We have the 12-man midget game going on today. It's been a great day so far. Early leads have been held for the first two games, but that does not take away from the drama because there's been some really exciting football. Lots of passing, lots of running, good interceptions, some turnovers. We've been treated to two really good games today, and this midget game I think is just going to get even better.
So Mike Dirksen, the head coach of the Dirksen Blue team, his son, he is an absolute beast, as I've been told. We haven't seen him play quite yet, but he's a big offensive lineman, and he goes by the name of
Chris Dirksen, all-Canadian, plays here in Chilliwack, stands at 6'3", and a whopping 345 pounds. He's probably, it's safe to say that he is the best player at his position in Canada. He's just that good. Absolutely superb. He's going into his last year at midget. His dad's the coach here in Chilliwack with the Giants, and then he wants to carry his career on afterwards. So, no, it's fantastic. He's great to watch. He's a big, strong, mobile kid. Like, he can move for 345 pounds. And I'm really excited for him to find out where he ends up, if he stays north of the border or goes south.
And what's exciting is because he's stayed in community football rather than transferring to high school, correct? He's not playing any high school football?
No, well, it's a little bit, it's not necessarily fair because there's only one high school football team here in Chilliwack, and the school is at capacity, so they can't recruit to bring new players in. But, his dad coaches, and you just play more games. There's a lot more competition in the community league. Mm-hmm. And so he's just, and the high school team's only been around for a few years now. Yeah. And of course, the Giants have been around for 25.
Yeah.
So it's just, community there's more options to play. So.
Yeah, it just goes to show that you can make it and have people notice you in community football rather than going to mow it in Abbotsford or even GW Graham here in Chilliwack. So that's special. He's the player to watch out for tonight. He is wearing the number 58 offensive lineman for the Blue Dirksens. We're almost set to go here in Chilliwack at Exhibition Field between the Savages and the Blue Dirksen team. Here's the opening kickoff. Returning the kicks today will be on green. Can't see their numbers from my angle.
Number 32 and number 16 for green.
Okay.
So we
David
got
Lagoo.
David Lagoo from North Surrey, and on 16 is
Mark Leonardo. No?
No, Stuart Burke.
Stuart Burke. Okay,
there we go.
Leonardo's, I think he's an offensive lineman.
There you go.
A little bit off. So here's the opening kick. It's going to drop just in front of Lagoo. It's going to be carried by the defender in front of him as he carries it past the 35-yard line, and he is tackled immediately. So now we get to see that Savage offense.
Not a bad kick to start off the game. The weather is a little bit cool today, but the sun is blanketing the field, so they have a nice clear sky out there. And a bit of a wind, so it's cooler than it was last week, but it's good football weather because the kids can't overheat.
So here we go. The first set of plays for the Savage. And playing quarterback will be number 3.
Here's this All-Star game.
Peters drops back, hands off to his fullback. He plummets forward for a gain of about a yard.
Not a bad handoff. They're running it up the gut. It's early in the game, so we've said this a few times today. They've only had about they had about 12 practices as a team. It's the opening quarter. They're going to feel each other out. I don't expect to see too many fireworks this early. You want to play it safe, keep the ball on the ground, not get too fancy. And as the game kind of progresses, they're going to get their legs and feel a bit better, and then you'll see a little bit more passing, a little more risk-taking as it stands. And as, of course, I'm stand corrected, he throws on the second play.
To Ogloff, once again, his fullback. So two plays in a row directed to the fullback, Ogloff. Let's see what they go here on third down.
There can't be too many Ogloffs out there, so I'm guessing his sister sang the national anthem for us.
Yeah, Ogloff. Never heard that last name before. I like it.
Ogloff?
A little different.
I'm going to guess German.
German?
German or Dutch.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess.
One of my cousins, maybe.
You
never know.
You're in the valley, so German and Dutch are a pretty good safe bet.
So they are going to punt it here. So the Savages will be punting off to the Blue Dirksons.
You really notice in these opening quarters the defenses really shine. It's a little bit simpler for them. They're chasing the ball. There's a nice reception.
That is Hunter Larocque, the Chilliwack kid, taking that kick and carrying it past the 50-yard line. Great carry.
Hunter Larocque, I had the pleasure of watching him play. I believe he was, he was probably midget last year. Yeah, he would have been midget last year. Absolutely superb football player. Really good football player. So expect a lot from Hunter today.
I don't know if there's any relation, but I played with a guy named Clay Larocque when I played minor football here in Chilliwack. I think there might be a relation. They play the same kind of game. Scat back, kind of. He plays DB. I think his brother played DB also. So there's a little connection there. Chilliwack Giants program is outstanding. They produced some great talent over the years, and it's just exciting to see them at the top level here, competing against players that are unbelievable throughout BC. And they're obviously getting the ball and making a difference.
Some of these guys out here from Chilliwack and all these Valley teams started playing when they were in flag at 6 and 7 years old, and they still stick with it. So it's an amazing progression to watch these kids grow up in the field and just how strong and fast and how dedicated they are to their sport. It's really nice to see. Because, most of the kids out there, they're not going to play beyond their midget year. It's just the law of averages, right? Mm-hmm. And so just to stick with it at the community level and just love it and build those friendships and and develop as people and human beings. They're a little bit teenage boys sometimes, but for the most part, they're a great group of kids. And I really enjoy watching the midget game. It's great football.
There's another handoff to DaCosta. He had that last carry for 9 yards, and he has pushed forward for the first down for the Blue Dirksons.
I think I saw a flag on the play. So both teams are keeping it on the ground early. There's a call against the Blue Dirksons. Offside. Both teams keeping it on the ground early, running it up the gut, trying not to get too fancy and force a turnover this early in the game.
So we're moving the ball back just a few yards, 5 yards. As the Blue Dirksons look to get a first down here, rather than going 3 and out like the Savages did on their last drive.
The Green Savages and the Blue Dirksons.
Yeah. Wow.
What was the Beatles, the Yellow Submarine, the Blue Meanies? There you go.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Blue Dirksen, Blue Meanies, sure.
So here we go. Legary in the pocket, now cutting out, and he is tackled immediately for a loss of 3 yards.
Good penetration by the Green Savages there. They read the play nice. He was looking to pump, did a sort of a pump fake and run it. And the two defenders just swarmed in. Look at this, and just bang, bring him down. He almost ran right into their arms. Number 38, number 41. Connor Barron out of North Surrey, and number 38, Chance Topley out of Nanaimo. So an Island boy and a Valley boy going in on that sack.
Teaming up. So here we go. 3rd and long for the Blue Dirksons, and they're going to go for it. Legary.
Good for them.
In the shotgun as he hands it off to his cutting wide receiver. He makes a cut upfield, but he is tackled for a gain of 3 yards. That won't do it. Turnover on downs.
And that's a good play. I mean, look at the field position they're giving up. It's not great. I mean, they're on their own 43-yard line. So there's really not a lot of risk in taking that play. Yeah, you could kick it, but it's kind of boring to do that. If you don't get it, you're on the 44-yard line. if you do get it, you get another first down. So a low-risk play, and it makes it for a lot more exciting football for everybody to watch.
And on that reverse, that was a Chilliwack kid, Marius, with the reverse.
Good speed, good legs.
Peters drops back and hands off to his running back. He spins away from a tackler, but he is down for a loss of about, let's say, 4 yards.
Good athleticism, number 32, Green. Wow.
And that is Legoo, once again, the kick return.
David Legoo out of North Surrey. Look at this. He didn't get very far, but, I mean, just look at the athleticism.
Outstanding.
Look at his body here. Watch when he spins around. Look at this.
Wow.
Wham, look at that.
Good center of gravity. Yeah.
Strong, short, powerful legs.
Maurice Jones-Drew-esque.
He's one of those guys that runs with his feet about 3-4 feet apart and allows them to make really quick lateral moves either side. Like he's got a wide berth between his feet.
Peters dropping back, look to hand it off as he fires the ball downfield, and it's caught by the wide receiver. As he cuts upfield, avoiding some tackles, carries it to the left sideline with a stiff arm, and he's eventually tackled at the 20-yard line. Great reception.
What a play. Drop back, saw his man open, and to bring that ball down and stay on his feet, pick up a few more yards. Look at this.
That was a Kuma.
He knew exactly. Look at the throw. Jumps up. Perfect. Perfect throw. Probably could have stood just to drive forward on that play rather than sort of try and go more lateral. But, I mean, they made huge yardage on that. Now they're in the offensive zone. Still early, only 7:22 left in the first quarter. Great play.
Peters under center. He drops back. He's going to throw again. Hands it off to Ogloff. He cuts upfield, and he has a solid gain after the reception by the big fullback. And there's a flag being thrown high in the air.
After the play, I'm wondering if it's a late hit or unnecessary roughness. Nice little play there. Short, little quick pass right up the middle. It can be dangerous because they can be picked off. But he got some yardage there. However, we'll see what the...
There's an edge rusher coming. He was untouched coming at Peters, but Peters got that ball out with a lot of speed.
There you go.
Okay.
Unnecessary roughness after the play.
So first and goal for the Green Savages as Peters gets a direction from his head coach.
Suddenly the Green Savages are first and goal. I mean, they were back in their 41-yard line like 2 minutes ago. What a difference a really good pass can make. So now the blue Dirksons, Mike Dirkson's crew, need to step up big time with their D.
And off to Ogloff, the fullback. He pushes forward after the draw.
Look at that.
He can't break the plane for a touchdown.
Big number 87. Who was that? Luke Allen out of Langley. Just smothers him. Number 36, you see him trying to reach with the ball, trying to get over the goal line. Look at that. Tries to do it. Almost gives up a turnover.
Great play. Wow. So expect Legoo here to get the ball, I would expect. He's lined up in the I formation behind Peters and Ogloff. Peters under center. Takes the snap, drops back. He's going to throw to the corner of the end zone. He can't find his wide receiver. Few feet ahead of him.
Just threw it a bit too far. That was excellent coverage by Blue on that pass.
He's looking for Okuma again on that play.
Okuma's got the hands. Now they're third and goal.
Expect Legoo to get the ball this time, maybe.
You know what? I'm wondering if you go quarterback sneak on
this. Yeah, good point. Good point.
Like you're nice and close. Just grab that ball and plow forward.
So Peters is under center. They got the line stacked up with their defensive lineman, and he hands off to Ogloff. He pushes forward. Touchdown, Savages.
Nice bit of football. What a drive. Start on your own 39-yard line. Absolutely superb 40-yard pass. And drive that ball in. Another short pass, couple of running plays. Get lucky on a unnecessary roughness call. Half the distance at the goal line or to the 1-yard line. And they make Blue pay for that penalty. Great, great bit of football there.
They've gone to Ogloff a lot in this game so far, and we're just in the early stages of this ball game so far. 5:57 remaining in the first quarter, and the Savages now are on top 6-0
Well, we noticed in the last game he had a couple of different quarterbacks in each team. And he had a Valley quarterback thrown to Valley players. He had an Island quarterback thrown to his Island players. So guys who are used to playing together were being teamed up.
Field goal is good. 7-0 Savages.
So see if they switch out a different quarterback and who receivers they put on the field with them and who they choose.
So be kicking off to the Blue Dirksons, or the Dirksen Blue, whatever you want to call them. And returning this kick will be a Cloverdale player, I believe. It'll be number 25, DaCosta, returning the kick. He's that scat back that the Dirksen Blues got the ball mostly with their first possession here in the first quarter. As there's a helmet being verified by the official, and he is told to go off the field. As the official is waving number 22 to the sidelines, Eric Williams out of Cowichan. His replacement jumps on the field.
Pressure's on Team Dirksen now to get that ball, keep it, and get it into the end zone. We noticed in the first two games is the team that got the lead early kept it. Because the defenses are actually quite strong. And it's a lot tougher for the offenses to click.